If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. Good night from the Dusty Wheel. And like we say around here, smash to black.
If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. Good night from the Dusty Wheel. And like we say around here, smash to black. Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. I'm your host, Innkeeper, and this is our live call and talk show all about the Wheel of Time. And as you can tell right there, we are the Wheel of Time pre-show before Season 3, Episode 6. Yes, we're back for another Watt Wednesday, talking about the Wheel of Time and just enjoying like Lan talked to Moraine, like whatever's going to happen in her future. Like, is she dying that night? No, she wasn't dying that night. So they're just going to enjoy it. So do we still have a Season 3? We do. So we're going to enjoy it, right? We're not going to focus on what's coming in a couple weeks. Like I said, because I know for those of you that watch us, you're always really upset when I say, man, we only have 3 weeks left. So I'm trying to take the whole Lan philosophy here. Like, we have time. So enjoy it. But you all are here not to hear me, pontificate, but to talk to some fun people. Not Innkeeper on us. I mean, he's here, but not him. That's not who we're talking
Not me.
about.
Never
No,
me.
Not you. Please help me welcome out there. Let me see some hands in chat. Welcome, Tori Talks TV to the Dusty Wheel. How are you both doing?
Oh my gosh, we're so good. Thank you so much for having us on again. We're so excited.
Yes.
Of course. Well, by the way, anyone who joined the Lanfear episode has like an Insta pass into like another live stream at some point. So like I noticed that was the last time we had spoken, and you've learned a lot more about Lanfear. So you can bet that we're going to talk about Lanfear a bit during this hour. Let me remind everyone that's in chat, we're trying to make this a show-only friendly space for anyone that's come to kind of watch this discussion. And so please, I know before, sometimes we've done like Fires of Heaven or spoilers up to Fires of Heaven. It's going to be show-only spoilers in chat. And please, if for some reason you've gotten an early viewing of episode 6, or you know something about episode 6 that goes beyond just, the what we've gotten up to this point, please don't put that in chat. We have a lot of mods that would prefer not to know what's coming up in episode 6 yet. They like to leave when we start showing previews. So let's stick to episode 5. Show only up through episode 5 and keep that discussion going. And Jeno said, I watch the Dusty Wheel so much, my niece knows who Innkeeper Hatch and Annas are. Well, welcome. I'm grateful for that. I'm seeing a lot of love, a lot of highs for you both in chat. Love Tori Talks TV from Phoenix. And Lottie said, I said hi, Tori and Dr. S. We're like so far into the season. How are you both doing? How are you feeling about the Wheel of Time season 3? Like Dr. S, like what's been your experience so far?
Well, I have to say we crossed like a threshold this season where we started to, I don't know, kind of like it for it and not for everything.
Sure.
Yeah, and so it was definitely the Ruidian episode.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I remember seeing that. Like, was there a moment in that episode for you? Like, I know it's the episode, but was there just like a moment where you just like leaned in and it had nothing to do with fandom or your channel, and you just realized this is a compelling story or a compelling moment for you?
I don't think it was a particular moment, but it just happened. It was like transformative as it went along, like probably midway through. I was like, what is like, I did not know this is what it was about.
Yeah.
I had something did click a specific moment. The very first step that Rand took, and it started flickering, and then he goes back to the first, I don't know, ancestor that they show.
Yeah.
Because that's all I want to know. I don't know any backstory
Yeah.
because I didn't read anything, and I just wanted to know more about how did we get here, and also the way it's done too, just the way, like cinematically, the way that they did it. It just grabbed me and it threw me into it, and then I was hooked. And I remember, yeah, I was exactly that's
That's
what did it for me.
I mean, it does have a little bit of if you think about it, the connection to your kind of own experience, right? You were going along with this idea, but then there was a flicker moment for you both, it seems like, in episode 4, which was like, this is something else that I didn't realize. Like for you, Tori, like what did you realize, I guess, about the story in episode 4 that maybe hadn't clicked for you before?
Well, first, everybody has to know I am not a fan of sci-fi or fantasy. I don't get it. I remember watching, okay, I wasn't watching, but Star Trek would be on at my house. My two older brothers and my mom would be watching, and I was like, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. So
Yeah.
I've been watching this because of the fandom, because also it's an interesting story and it's beautiful, everything. But I really was just like, yeah, I love it. I absolutely do. But then because they went so deep, I feel like I don't know. It started to really matter to me, like where these characters are going to go,
Yeah.
how it's going to end. Like I felt so protective of them. Something for
Right, right.
whatever reason, I was like, I get it. I'm in. I'm zoned in. I totally understand why you all love this so much. And it just has to be the backstory. The learning about Lanfear and how she was basically just like this mad scientist. Just when you like humanize these people that I'm supposed to be terrified of, when you make me like people I'm not supposed to like, okay, fine. I'm there. I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, they've done such a good job. I'm sure you've heard that. I know for your show, and always in the comments at the top, it's like, we haven't read the books. Please don't spoil things. I'm sure that there's been some things spoiled for you, like in the comments sometimes. But what I can tell is fans they've gotten better over the years. It seems like in your comments, really, kind of really saving that for you and not like spoiling details. But yeah, there's something really interesting, I think, to all of us that this is kind of the book. This book that they're adapting as a Shadow Rising is well known to be one of fans' favorite books. And I think all of us, you're experiencing something that a lot of us experience with the books, which is transformative with the story itself. Like this moment is very transformative for us both. And so we were all kind of curious as book readers, right? Honest, I don't know if you were wondering, like, could they pull that piece off for you? Like would this be a moment where it would hook people the same way it hooked you as a reader? Am I wrong in saying that was this a hook moment for you too, Honest?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we've talked about, the first 3 books are great and you follow the story, but there's something about the Shadow Rising, that 4th book that Ruidin happens in, that most fans talk about as a transformative kind of moment. And to imagine that it would happen again for the TV show, I never thought it would be similar in experiencing it, and it really was. So yeah, for sure. I'm just reading Mad Fear Scientist. I don't know if you saw Matthew
Oh,
there.
Mad Fear.
Mad Fear.
Is that a new hashtag? Mad Fear Scientist.
Mad Fear
I like it.
Scientist.
I like it. I think both this year, like Stand Fear and Mad Fear, I think are very too good. The characters, you're right, Tori, is you you care about the characters. Like this moment, by the way, I started reading these books when I was 15. And so like this kind of moment we saw in episode 1 between these three, like this is like for me, like these are moments where I'm just like, oh man, I care about these characters so much and their banter back and forth. I think I remember I was watching your review, Dr. S, and you both were talking about the characters are like they're grown now. There's like a maturity to them. Like that beginning, this season 3, did it feel like there was something different this season from previous seasons for you?
I think for sure, because they've now been through so much. They've all kind of had some big moment. So they definitely are viewing their place in the whole, whatever's going to happen, last battle stuff. Like they know there's something important coming. But I love that they take this moment to let us see them smile and have fun and just like, we knew it was short-lived, that it was just
right.
episode and they were going to go part ways again. We just knew that was going to happen, but yeah.
Yeah, there's like something really funny for us when we're watching it. Anytime any of the characters are like, I never want to, I think they even say it. They're like, let's always stay together. And you're like, oh, that's so cute. Tori, I remember a comment you made in that first episode, and you carried this comment through a couple of episodes. It felt tense. Does it still feel like that? Up through 5, has this tension been building? Was it only at the beginning it's kind of come away, or is it just kind of still where you were when you first started watching?
Well, because it's like watching family members and I just want good things for them. Yeah, I feel like I'm scared for them, or like I'm like setting my little baby birds free. And so when I mean tense, I'm just worried for them. And so now, okay, I got to relax and settle in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I would still say tense, yeah, because don't hurt my baby birds, right?
Oh, yeah. And especially with the last episode where we saw Egwene go into everyone's dream. And my
Right,
initial
yeah.
interpretation of that was like, oh, it's everyone in their happy place. But then one of the comments was like, no, that's actually like loss. It's like what they are never gonna have. And that broke my heart. And then I started to think about it again, like especially the Matt one. The Matt one held me because just him saying like his mom saying, I'm proud of you.
Oh.
And then we know that that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That whole thing I've been really thinking about a lot since.
Yeah, I guess you're pointing a good point. I really hadn't focused as much. Even here, Elaine and Avienda are now obviously not together any longer, right? So she's thinking about of that and like what is lost for her. But this part with Matt this one hit me the hardest. I think you're right, because we know something that Matt doesn't know. And so we're living heartbreak, and this is like such a heartbreaking moment. And then there's a future heartbreak that we're all kind of anticipating, right? And so you see this, but what is it going to be like when that actually is, that's actually shared with, like, when Matt finds out, right? This moment. So yeah, no, that's a really good way to kind of go back. There's a lot of value. I think I want to say, Dr. S, you mentioned this, going back and kind of watching, like after episode 4, you mentioned that this was kind of one of those moments you're like, I want to go back to the beginning of season 1 and like, what did I miss? And like try to re-see the story through the eyes of what you just experienced in episode 4. Is that your plan? I mean, do you have that thought in your mind after season 3 is over? Do you feel like, or do you sometimes go back and watch episodes? Yeah.
I'm 100% positive that my husband, her brother, is going to make this happen. All family rewatched the whole thing prior to season 3, and I'm sure we'll do it again. But we were actually just talking about, after watching that episode 4 and how amazing it was, I was like, we need to get the word out. More people need to know about this. Like, how can we? But then it's like, what do you show them to hook them? Because it was 2 seasons that were good, but like
Yeah.
you can't hook people with 2 seasons, right? So I was kind of like trying to figure out like how do you, it's such a hard thing to like get people like, oh no, you got to hang on for like 2.5 seasons.
Right.
No, I feel bad because I really want people to get there,
Yeah.
but that's a hard sell.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's such an interesting world, right? I say this, I said it in a video and we included it in our outro. And so every time my brain thinks about this, I'm like, it's not a traditional fantasy. It's like has sci-fi elements. Anyways, like, yeah, it's not that medieval fantasy, right? And that wasn't what Robert Jordan was writing. And when you start to kind of build out what this really is, the story gets really interesting. But like I think you pointed this out, Dr. S, during your review, which was, but like you're going along the story with them as they're experiencing it, and almost kind of like preempting it. Like, how do you do that? Now, some of the books will like maybe do a prologue, the prologue to like The Eye of the World. I won't tell you, won't spoil anything, but it does kind of like it does a little bit of that lifting, if you will. It kind of opens your eyes to like, maybe this is something I don't understand, you know. There's a little bit of like things, and they try to do that, I think, with the show of like these cold opens. You like season 1, you get a little bit of that, you know, if you think about like the cold open for episode 8, I think in season 1 tries to do some of that. But
The one little glimpse of when we learned that 3,000 years ago looked like the future,
yes,
that got me.
Yeah.
But then it kind of went away for a while. But then it
Yeah.
came back to this with episode 4 of season 3, and I was like, okay, we're back. Like we're gonna get more of that. So
yeah, you're right. Like, and you get that glimpse, that first one, but like you said, there's a little bit of a hook, and it's like building on that, and you know, coming into. I'm just so glad they did that. I think Tori, you said it was like one of the best episodes of television you'd ever seen. I
Ever.
think was one of the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so many people saw that and they're like, "Oh man, like I just want to bottle this up and make everybody watch this show." I think we all feel that we all feel that way. By the way, 300 of you, I like to put these polls out before we do. I haven't ended the poll. 328 of you, you're still answering this. Who likes Lanfear the most? And the options were Lanfear, Innkeeper Hatch, Tori, and Dr. S. I want to just apologize to anyone who thought they were going to win this poll. Innkeeper Hatch won it. Yeah, I mean, I got 65% of the vote. I mean, that makes sense. I mean,
Fine.
right? It's okay. Like, I mean, there's room in the Stanfear world for everyone. You know.
I don't think there are many Sandfears left after the end of the last episode.
Wow, let's not try to rewrite that. Let's give it the whole season and see how this turns out. Okay.
Hey, I'm just saying the end of the last episode, right?
Yeah, sure.
that last look that she gave, right? Yeah, I was like, no.
Ugh.
Well, it's so funny. So you're okay. You've seen the teaser trailers, right? Like you've seen the trailers for season 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Because there's a scene that we always wondered, like, what does this scene mean? And so, does everyone feel okay if I show the trailer? It's in the trailer.
Okay.
It's in
I'm just thinking, what are you showing?
No, so this isn't like a spoiler. Like this is in the trailer itself.
Yeah.
So here's this moment. Let me I'll rewind it a little bit, so I don't make sure that we get to this. It's so fun to go back and watch these trailers, because now you know like what some of the scenes mean.
It's third time. Do you love her?
That moment where she's like, I remember us talking like, what does she mean by "do you love her"? And now I'm like, okay, that might make some sense now to like what we just saw. Tori, how did you feel at the end of that episode? Right, like
All I can think about since
Yeah.
that last little scene is that's going to be a very awkward conversation between Rand and Egwene. I don't know. I mean, I am not expecting them to come out of this a couple and like, hunky dory. But I mean, first of all, I don't want anybody going in my dreams. So I love Egwene, but I would not want her to be peeping in my dreams. But I just don't know how that's going to go. So I'm just thinking, I mean, is he in love with her? That's what I want to know. Does he love her?
Lanfear or Egwene?
Lanfear. I mean, can you tell me? Maybe you can't tell me.
I mean, I don't want to like tell you what I think in the sense of I feel like I've been doing this like I started reading this in like 1990. I have like my head canon of like what do I think. So like I would rather hear like, do you think that Rand loves her?
Yes. I 100% do because, well, I mean, how can you not? But also, I mean, well, this is the thing I found out. Not only is she beautiful, stunning, she's obviously very smart too, right? Back into the whole, is it the boar with the boar? Yeah,
She
when
was
she was,
boring the hole in the
well, yeah, because
yeah.
that's when we find out she's like a scientist, basically, right? So I totally get the appeal, Rand, and I just think, how can you not be in love with her? And also, she's a really great partner
So-
in that sense.
Yeah, and by the way, remember, if you're in chat, please no spoilers. Just stay within the first episodes. I'll ask these polls as we go. So I asked everyone. It doesn't surprise me what's being answered. Why did I give this option on us? I don't know why I gave the option. Does Rand love Lanfear? I gave yes, no, or I refuse to answer this question. So there's a significant piece of the population watching us that refuse to answer it because. And Dr. S, I don't know how you feel about this. Like, do you think Rand loves Lanfear?
I was thinking about it and I don't think so. I don't think so, but I think he's seeing her differently and maybe it's gonna get there.
Okay, but if Luce Theron is in there somewhere, didn't he love her?
But didn't he break up with her?
Oh, shoot.
By the way,
Whole reason why she-
I love the walking through like the depth of this. This is awesome.
What I think I understand is prior to that scene where we met Mir and Sedai, well, I think fans told us this, that he had already broken up with her. Right? At this point, I don't know, is that right?
Yes. I mean, well, it's so interesting because the show, right, it can make its own, like, what is the show, facts versus the book facts? But in the books, in the books, yes, at this point in the story, they've already broken up. Yeah.
She does say something like she wants to give the power to like more people, so not just Luz can use it, right?
Right.
I think
right.
That's what she says. So then why does she, well, I'm totally just thinking of this right now. Why does she not want him to have it? She's probably mad at him because he broke up with her.
Okay. Yeah. Like, I'm like trying not to like lead you down. I'm being so good, by the way. I adore this character. I'm not going to necessarily lead you down. But yes, that is the question. I think they're doing a very good job. What I can tell from how you're answering this is they're doing a fantastic job of this relationship between Rand and Lanfear because there's conflict. There's a great amount of conflict in how you're kind of perceiving it. What does love mean, right? Like Rand is he 19 at this point in the show? I can't remember. It's like, anyways, he's in that kind of like, he's not like 30, I mean, he's still pretty young. And what does it mean to him, and what does she mean to him? And what does Lanfear have to do with him? And Tori, I don't know, the relationship that he has with Egwene, did you feel like that was over at this point? Or do you feel like they still have a relationship?
I feel like it's good
before that moment where she sees him.
Yeah, I think it's good old-fashioned puppy love. And, it's like your first love. And, I think that they've outgrown each other. I mean, they've been through so much since Two Rivers, right? So I feel like they're even on different paths. So I think it's over. Not that I want it to be over because Egwene is just the sweetest little thing. But I think it's time. Like, I kind of think that romantic relationship has served its purpose. And now we need to grow apart because it's necessary.
So about this kind of relationship and about what Lanfear says to Rand, I think it's in episode 3. They're sitting on the bed and she talks about like the dark oaths, and she says to him, like, Dr. S, like, what did you understand about what she was saying there and what was happening when she's like, there's a way doesn't she say like I can break my dark oaths or something to that effect? Like, how did you understand what was happening there?
Well, I think that she was saying that she could break the dark oath and then be with him, right? But so that kind of made me think, well, what was the oath? Because then when we met Mir and Sedai, and if I understood it correctly, that Luz had already broken up with her, she's not a Forsaken yet, so she had to make some type of deal. So then we don't know what that deal was, but I imagine it had something to do with Luz because she's obsessed. So then now she wants to break that oath with Rand, but I don't really. That's kind of all I have right now. I'm still
No,
cooking.
I think that's a good understanding. I think you captured what they're trying to talk about here, which is, yeah, she, like you said, she's made some kind of oaths, and now she perceives, that Rand could help her break those. Tori, do you believe Lanfear?
Actually, yes, because when you just played that, her face is giving desperate. Like she is desperate to be with him. And I feel like if that's what she needs to do to be with him forever and live happily ever after, then I feel, yeah, like, I don't really see that side of Land Forever. And it looks sincere to me.
Yeah, there's Natasha O'Keefe is doing an amazing job, right? You can't but help but feel like what she's saying there, like, and that's what Rand is responding to, right? He's like, maybe I could help you here. So, yeah, this one's really fascinating. By the way, 245 of you voted on this one. Thank you for all being here. Really appreciate it. By the way, if you're with us on Instagram, we won't be able to like vote on the polls, but you can jump over here. I'll try to see if you've made some comments there. Again, on Instagram, we're not trying to like curate comments if they're spoiler or not. We do in the chat here on YouTube, so please no spoilers past episode 5 and no book spoilers at all. But yes, 250 of you voted. Does Rand love Lanfear? 25% say yes, 31% say no, and 44% say I refuse to answer this question.
I don't know why you gave that, but yeah.
I know I gave it to people because often this is what happens, Dr. S and Tori. Like we poll the audience so much. And we'll get like people won't answer because they'd be like I just can't, I won't answer this poll. Well, it's like yes or no's. So I gave them, because you're both here, I was like, I'm gonna give to our audience, give them I was trying to be really kind, and they all took 44% took the option of saying that. That's pretty great. So one of the things I want to go back, and we could talk about, by the way, Lanfear for.
Yes.
You can imagine, like we could have a Lanfear show. Like you saw 12 Hours. You were part of that one. We talked about Lanfear. So I'll step away from this topic. It's one of my favorites, but I'll step away from it. And I just want to say that I loved ABC. And I feel like there is no reason why this should never have come up to me. Like I was like, but like even in the show, like honest, ABC, what does ABC stand for?
Tell me.
I know you're going to feel stupid when I tell you this. It's going to happen to you. But I just wanted to know if I want to set you up on this moment. Avienda.
End up being in chat. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like what names?
I was like, and I think Victoria, you were like, yeah, an ABC. And I was like, ABC. And then you were like, Avienda, Bain, Chiat. I was like, yeah.
There
that is
are
obvious.
so many characters' names that I have to remember and I have to put in my notes. I was like, I gotta just get past this. It's ABC. Like that's
ABC. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's obvious. Now I have to ask this is one poll. This is just for, I should say this just for Bane and Chiat, or I could just ask Bane and Chiat this. I should be like, this poll is only for Bane and Chiat, who I could just ask.
It's like one vote.
Exactly. Is ABC your new acronym for Avienda, Bane, and Chiad? I'm going to find out if everyone's responding the same way I am to this, but because I love it. Like it's fantastic. It's just like, I was like, oh yeah, ABC, they're here.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think it makes so much sense. Are there other kind of names that you've given to these characters or to like groups like where you're just like, I can't remember the name and it's this? Have you given like acronyms or nicknames to any of the characters?
Do we have any more? I mean, I call like Valda and Padden Fane really mean, nasty names that I can't say. But nothing that shortens it, though. Do we have any?
I can't think of any.
Like ABC is kind of like it's the one.
I'll work on it, though. I'll come up with more for sure. I'm sure by the end of the season I'll have more.
I was just curious, like that one. Like I was watching your episode 1 from season 3. I was like, ABC is great. Dana Lou wants to be pedantic about this and said, not a new acronym for me. So I'm sure Dana Lou watches and,
Dana Lou's like, I knew this one already, so
Hello. I don't know. Is it a he? I'm so sorry. They're the best. I love them.
Yeah.
They're so supportive. Thank you so much for being here.
Dana Lou is what's the name?
Discord mom? Is that-
Discord mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dana Lou is Discord mom. Like Dana Lou, it's the funniest thing. Sometimes there's 2 live streams going. This has happened. Like we're live, and then like another content creator doing a live stream, and I will go to their live stream while we're live, and I will see Dana Lou moderating both of our chats during the live stream, and I'm like, Dana, what are you doing? But Dana's like, yeah, Dana Zool. Zool as we is the nickname there, and Zool is everywhere. Zool is all. So, but yes, Dana was
there's
awesome.
no Dana. There's only Zool.
Yeah.
There's only Zool. Yep,
There you go.
100%, 100%. Now, one of the things that I loved watching your from your reviews, and something Dr. S, you both have talked about a lot this season so far, is like, who can you trust? And I think I'm trying to remember, like, yeah. I think the exact quote was, you can't trust anybody anymore, was the quote. And that was in episode 2. Do you feel like that has changed at all? Or has that just gotten more messy for you? Like, do you trust fewer people now than you did at the beginning of the season?
Well, I think we will say things about people, let's say Varen, who we love,
Yeah.
by the way.
Absolutely.
But then she'll do little sus things, and then
Yeah.
we'll see that. And then we'll get these really mixed messages in the comments, like, how dare you speak bad about my Varen? From that to, yes, you're right to suspect Varen. So then I get even more paranoid when we read the comments, because I don't know who's being genuine and who's trying to throw us off, and then everything. So I think more suspicious, I would say.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah, I think fans have fun with that too in your comments. Like, right, they can say
fun.
anything, and that, yeah, it kind of makes it kind of gamifies it a bit. No, but this is like Jordan does this really well in the books too, which is like he'll throw something and you're like, is that a red herring? Like, is that just me seeing things? He actually referred to it this way. He actually referred to it as a game. Fans would send him like, here's all of our theories, and like, this is who we believe, everybody, this is what we believe about them. And he would like, he wrote back famous, I think it was about, they'd done this whole like Wheel of Time FAQ, and he's like, a third of it's right, a third of it's nah, and a third of it's wrong. And like, basically it was like, it was like, no, but fans have put this together and we've figured something out. And so, yeah, I think it's fun that they were able to kind of capture that, because I was listening to you, I was like, oh man, this is so cool that like they're capturing this feeling. And is there anyone though, I guess, Tori, is there anyone that isn't sus to you? Like, is there someone where you're just like, I feel very confident that I can trust this person?
Yeah. Right?
Lan,
Oh.
right.
That is.
No doubts about Lan.
Okay, I like that. Okay, give me, by the
This
way.
is a poll. This is a poll.
Yeah,
Like,
this
who's
is a
the
poll.
most?
This is certainly a
yeah.
poll. Okay, so is ABC, by the way, about 200 of you voted on the slacking out there on the votes, like 250 for the last vote, 200. I don't know what happened, but get in here some votes. Here. About 200 of you voted on this one in the last 4 minutes. Is ABC your new acronym for Avienda, Bane, and Chiad? I just want to tell you both this. You've changed lives today with your ABC. 66% said yes. You have like you've changed over 100 Wheel of Time minds to now have a new acronym that
What an
ABC when
honor.
they see that. Like,
That's
yeah.
privilege. Thank you so much.
You're like, you didn't realize you're gonna come on today and like change fandom
Change
forever. So yeah, like that's okay. So who do you trust explicitly? We're gonna find out among fans from your 4 options. You're gonna give us 4, and they're gonna pick the best one of the ones that they trust. They think so. Lan is someone you trust. Who else would you say you trust them explicitly?
Uh-oh. Elaine. Yeah.
Elaine?
Yeah.
Okay, Elaine.
Elaine.
Okay.
Good choice. Good choice.
I know we didn't like preemptively give you. Feel fine to take your time. Don't feel like you have to give us. The whole audience is here just to hear and see you both. So we're chill. So Lan, Elaine, who else?
Well, Moraine, right? Oh,
See, that doesn't feel like unified.
Nynaeve. We'll throw Nynaeve in.
Okay.
Okay.
Nynaeve.
Okay. Our last option: Lan, Elaine, Nynaeve. Yeah.
See, we're suspicious of everyone, guys.
I know. No, this
Really?
is indicative of like you're like who isn't a little sus. Now I'm trying to think of.
No, I mean there is one that's coming to, but like I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm,
don't you?
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
you to tell them?
No. Of course not.
Yeah.
Perrin, yeah, obviously my parents.
Perrin. Okay.
Perrin, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
Lan, Elaine, not even Perrin. That's a great
a little
list.
bit of murder, but that's
see.
okay. Yeah.
We'll see who they pick among your four. As who do the fans think is the most trustworthy of the four you've picked? Anas, who do you think? Without looking, did you already look at the poll?
I got like a glimpse. I got a glimpse.
Okay, but who do you think is the fans are going to pick?
I mean, oh, this is tough. Lan has to be Lan. Like Nynaeve and Lan are close.
I'm not going to believe you because I feel like you cheated.
No. Like my first instinct was Nynaeve,
Okay.
but then I'm like no, Lan. Like Lan talking to Rand at the start of episode 4. Like Rand shared his like stuff about his father with Lan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't think he shared with anyone else. Rand said Lan listens. So at least even in the show, who does Rand trust the most? Lan's there. So that's yeah.
Yeah. How can you not trust Lan?
I know.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a moment though when he walked out of that tent and he followed that woman at like the sweat tent? Did you were like, what's happening here? Did you tell me the truth, Dr. S, when you saw him leave? Did you lose a little bit of like, were you lose a little faith in like our Lan at that moment, or were you like, no?
I was concerned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
did that on purpose.
They did that on
feels
purpose.
like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a trick.
Those jerks, they tried to trick us.
How dare they badmouth Lan like that?
It's an interesting tattoo. That's all it was.
No, this is
totally peer pressuring him too.
Yeah. Who's
This was-
encouraged?
Yes. Yeah.
This was a great moment. I think even when you guys were talking about episode 4, you mentioned this moment between Rand and Lan. Tori, am I imagining things? You were talking about like the flame in the void, and you were talking about like using it. Like, yeah. What were you saying?
Yeah, I need this in my everyday practice. I need to figure out how to harness the flame in the void. I mean, we need to teach this, right? We need
It's meditation.
Yeah,
Right. Like
it's
to
a tool,
focus
a technique.
On, filter
This
out
is
thing and just focus on the flame.
This feels like a new channel, like video series or something. You know, it's
Yes.
like join us for like Wheel of Time meditations in the flame in the void. You know, it's
Oh my
like feed all of your anger into this whatever, and like
Oh,
yeah.
that's a really
You could
good.
just have like a picture of Lan behind you, you know, and yeah, I like it. I think this would totally work. I think people would actually, instead of it should be like those, you know, those videos they put on YouTube where you just watch the fire.
Mhm.
It's just
Yeah.
like, it's like it could just be like somebody like in the flame and void, and you just watch them for like 2 hours, and they're just, you know.
Oh yeah. You're
As Danny and Henny is talking, like
Yeah.
this.
Daniel Henney just just like we should like find like an hour-long recording of Daniel Henney just like, giving good advice or something, you know.
Yeah.
Just say anything. Yeah.
I just say anything.
Just say-
Just say-
That's so funny. That just keyed me into something that you said about somebody else in episode 3, and I think you know who I'm talking about, that you trusted, but you shouldn't have trusted because he was like handsome and charming, and you were like, maybe he's a good dude.
Oh yeah. The
yeah.
charismatic one. Oh, what was
Gabriel.
Yes, Lord
Gabriel?
Gabriel. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he got me good. I feel so duped. But I think that was the point.
That is the. I mean, do you still feel like duped a little bit? Does his like being handsome and your mind charming in the show? They're like, does it affect how you feel about him as a character?
What do they say? You're under compulsion? What is
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still under it for him.
That's what I thought.
That's a really good answer.
Dr. S, are you under compulsion from any character in the Wheel of Time?
Lanfear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Matt's like, I know. Yeah, me
I
too.
know.
Until that last shot from episode 5.
Until that last shot, that dispelled it for you.
No, I'm so glad you said that.
It jolted me out a little bit to just remind me to just be more critical, like more open to other possibilities. I still really enjoy watching her so much. But
yeah. I mean, let's have this moment, okay, everybody. Let's just rewatch this moment.
Oh, we have to. Okay. Yeah. All right. Do you want to do the whole? Do the whole dream.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to do the whole dream? Okay.
Wait. Oh, the whole time? No.
Yeah.
Oh, I never really recognized the drums. Yeah. I just want to point out, maybe Egwene shouldn't be looking at people's dreams, you know?
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Like, that's like rude.
Don't deflect. Don't deflect.
Don't deflect. That is what I've been doing for 20 years. What are you talking about? Landfear deflection is like a power.
Second nature. Not even second, first nature.
It's first nature. Oh gosh. Almost 300 of you voted on this one. Who do you trust explicitly? And yeah, people showing up for this vote. 52% picked Lan out of those. The next highest was Nynaeve and Perrin. And Elaine was like the least of those. But I swear, like you both kind of talked about in, I think it was episode 4 at the end of it. You know, Moraine has that she's seeing the futures thing, and it's like flipping. We call it the darkest timeline, but I think you called it like the goth. It was like the goth look, right, of all of them. They released some pictures of them, and I swear Elaine feels like the most trustworthy darkest timeline. Like if like Elaine was like in her picture, it was just like, yeah, I'd still trust Elaine.
Yeah.
Like, of all of them, I was like, Elaine's the one I would like. Just I don't know. It's like I can't tell if it was like the way she like posed. I don't know if it's just like they didn't give her like as goth like I don't know, like maybe her costume or whatever wasn't as
her face. Just the sweetest, most ethereal face, no matter what you put on it.
Yeah, like they didn't. She's the most trustworthy of the darkest timeline. So, yeah. By the way, thank you, Anne. Totally agree, Matt. Might teach her not to go snooping. Exactly. No, it is. It's so funny. When I say funny, obviously I'm talking about outside of the world because this is fantasy and we're all just enjoying a TV show. But I think it is like there's this moment where Egwene's just like, no, I'm not gonna go. Like, doesn't she tell the wise ones, like, they're like, don't go in there unless we're with you or we're telling you to. She's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. And in the process, like, oh look, I can jump and see my friend's dreams. This is adorable. And then she jumps into Rand's, and you know,
yeah,
she found out, you know, like that was. No, but that's gonna be interesting. Like, what's your speculation on how this, you know, I want to kind of turn our conversation a little bit to the future. Like, Tori, what do you think is coming? Okay, we've just seen the buildup of like the last 2 seasons, right? We're introduced to Lanfear last season. Fantastic season of Lanfear, in my opinion. And now we're introduced to like Lanfear basically like torturing Egwene in her dream.
yeah.
And now Egwene knows and has some capability in this dream world. Where are they going? Like, what's your theory? Like, what's your mind done with like what happens now?
Well, I don't think Rand's going to be very happy about this when he learns that she's been doing this to her in her dreams. But where are they going to go? I don't know. There's some kind of bond or whatever with Lanfear and Rand that can't be broken, in my opinion. So I don't think that's going. I mean, he's going to say, I'm very upset with you about these things you've been doing, but you know, we can still hang out, right? But I just think Egwene's gonna go on her merry little way. She has got her own world to, you know, to be focused on right now. She's got things to do. She's busy. I don't even think it's gonna be ugly. I think it's just gonna be, this is what happened. This woman seduced me. I kind of like it. And she's like, okay, go do your thing. Like, be who you need to be. I don't know. I just feel like she's very mature. She'll take it well. right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. S, go for it. Yeah, yeah. By the way, Tori, like, my fellow innkeeper here, while he in chat, he wrote Rand. I can still fix her.
Yeah.
That's the. So, Dr. S, what do you think is gonna like? How do you think that this is gonna turn out? Like, what's your speculation for where it's going?
So I don't think that Rand's going to think it's okay that Lanfear's been stalking and hurting Egwene in her dreams. She'll have an excuse. I think, so now I'm thinking like, so Egwene, they're all very special, right? All the Two Rivers people.
Yeah.
So now we know she's a dreamwalker. So she's got to be a pretty badass one because she's going to be really good at whatever she is going to do. And if Lanfear is also like of the, I'm going to try it, Teleran Riod.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
that was actually
Yes.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
And now Egwene is also going to be powerful there. I feel like there has to be a in there showdown.
Like a showdown?
A showdown,
Okay.
right? Because
between you think between Egwene and Lanfear?
yeah,
like,
because I feel
okay.
like,
I like this idea.
now that Lanfear has violated her in her dreams, I feel like Egwene needs to take that power back
Nice.
in some way. I don't think anyone will die because no one's gonna die,
No, nobody.
but there'll be some type of cool showdown.
Oh, I like that.
I think.
I would not be mad.
So I'm going to ask again. Remember, no spoilers from the books. Only the show up through episode 5. I'm going to pose this theory, and the theory is there will be. Sorry, doing these live polls. I'm like, there will be an Egwene Lanfear showdown in Teleron Riyadh, and I will say, do you agree? Okay, yes or no? And honest, I'm not going to ask you because you know too much about like things. So I'm not going to ask you to like give us your assessment here. Like hearing that specific theory, Tori, do you think a showdown is coming?
Well, now that she said it, yes. Now I kind of want it.
Yeah, like now that you say it, it's like, okay, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they can both go into that world and do that, and why wouldn't you? You know, take
Right.
advantage of that.
I mean, and knowing what you know about what you've seen about the dream world, how will that go down? Like Lanfear, Egwene, like what do you expect to happen when they do have a showdown like that?
Ooh. What do you expect to
I
happen?
mean, there'll be lots of channeling,
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
weapons made out of cool weaves.
that would be fun.
Some
Mm.
strangling.
Ooh,
I mean, I hope it's
pulling.
not just a cat fight.
Oh, I didn't even.
I'd like it to be cool, like, yeah, dignified,
Yeah.
not like a talk show, Maury Povich thing.
Right. Keep it classy. Yes.
Come on, that would be amazing.
No throwing chairs.
They just like they change their look, and all of a sudden it's like Maury Povich. They're on like a. It was like in the dream world, you could make the dream world like look right. You could like just like change things, right? So, by the way, people of you asked out there like, can I vote if I've read the books? Yes, you can vote because again, as you've noticed, we don't know everything that's going to happen in the shows. There's been any number of plots that were like, oh, okay, that's what you're doing there, or this one didn't actually happen in the books, so that's interesting, that's new, that's different. So yeah, vote what you think is going to happen, and is this where they're going with this? I think that's a really fun that's a really fun theory to kind of like, actually I've kind of intentionally I don't know, it's like really interesting experience as a book reader. I'm trying not to this season impose my like knowledge of the books, like they have to do this versus like, what are they doing? Does that make sense? Like, what am I noticing that they're doing and where are they leading this versus like, I know the books did this. How are they getting to those things? And it's actually like improving my experience watching it, is like really trying to dig into like what they're saying and what is actually happening with each of these characters, what all the like things that they're doing. And that's been a lot of fun. And so I'm there with you, like, yeah, like, is this like, it feels like you said, Dr. S, you're really astute in this, right? You're like, okay, this is dream walking. There's a Teleron Riyadh. There's they're both in there, right? Like, and now they have a conflict. Why wouldn't they be leading us down that road, right? Like that feels like, yeah, that feels like one of those arrows that they're pointing us at. that this is something that would be coming up, especially even with the wise ones saying like, oh my gosh, they call them shadow souled, right? So yeah, yeah, kind of fun. I like that. Let's step away. I know people are like, Matt, all you did was bring on Tori Talks TV and you talked about Lanfear the entire time, which that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But like for other things that are taking place right now, we saw Perrin, like how sad was that whole arc? You know, how many people were injured? You know, first of all, Natty Cawthon was killed, right? Perrin was injured also in this. So like, Tori, do you have a theory of like where's this going? Because we know there were some White Cloaks reinforcements we're told were coming in. Now they know Perrin is hanging out with them.
Right.
Like, what are you expecting? Is where they're kind of taking you? Have you thought about that or kind of speculated like what are they doing next?
Well, I'm just remembering the teaser trailers, and there's obviously a battle happening, and he's there, so he's gonna be okay because he can never die. And so I just feel like something victorious will happen because it's Perrin and he deserves it, and and why wouldn't there be? But yeah, it's really scary. It is so sad about Natty. Like I do wonder if this is going to be the season where, I mean, it has to be where they tell Matt that she didn't make it. I don't know, because then they'd have to come together again.
Yeah.
I mean, send mail, right? Anyway, so I'm actually, because I know there's a battle like that's going to happen. I kind of just want to get to it, and I just want to see Perrin win, and he's the king of the Two Rivers. You know, do they have kings? Well, they should.
Yeah, like no, it's a good point. I forgot that they've already kind of like alluded to this, right? Or not even just alluded, right? They've shown us.
They showed it.
They've shown us like this is coming, and I agree with you. Like there was like we had that episode 4, Tori. And then it's like, okay. And now it's like, so when do we get to see the things we haven't seen yet in the teaser, in the trailers? And it's like, that looks like a pretty big thing that's about to happen. So when is that? Get us there. Like, get us there. So I agree. I think you're right. Like that one just seems like a foregone conclusion. And so maybe are there any like unexpected things that come to mind? So I think of Elida this last episode. I think we were doing live reaction, and I think I like almost like choked and I kind of like laughed, but it was just like because it was so unexpected when she just killed that member of the Black Hodge. I was like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting like that just to like happen, and it happened so quick in that scene. Are there things that you are kind of going like, oh, okay, they didn't show us, we don't know this is happening in trailer, like where might they catch us off guard? Like who might they, where it doesn't, it's not what I'm expecting to happen. Have you thought about like, who either doesn't make it or maybe they do turn out to be a dark friend? Like, do you think there's gonna be any big reveals? Like, have you had any of those thoughts, Dr. S?
No, don't have it.
I think it's the non-reader in us because
no, it's good. Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is, I think they've given you so much information this season.
Yeah.
That this is one of those where you'll probably get to the end of the season and you'll be like, oh, they set this up and I wasn't even seeing it because it's so dense. So maybe let me speak to that Tanchico. Like, you both were like, Tanchico, I'm obsessed with Tanchico. Tanchico's looking like it's going to be awesome. Tori, I just saw you kind of get, hyped for that. What are you thinking is going to happen there? Like they get to Tanchico, what happens to these people that are now going there? We know that Leandrin's there. That's
all that matters. Okay. Because she's my favorite character. I wear red in her honor. I get it. She's done bad things, but and I say it all the time, the actress is what made me love the character. And also knowing her backstory is very sad, like child bride. I mean, all this stuff makes me, she has layers, okay? She's like an onion. She's like a red onion. And I sort of peel back all these layers. Anything where I can see her just be a badass, that's what I'm looking forward to. But I do know that she's being hunted, right? Like the Black Aja, they're looking for her. I don't know what possibly they could do once they find her, though. She's so powerful and scary, right? Aren't the girls sent there, Nynaeve and Elaine? And then we have Matt and Min. But if I'm going to go up against Black Aja, I wouldn't, well, No, I don't know.
Well, I just know that when we first saw that they were going, we only knew that Nynaeve and Elaine and Matt were going and Min was following. And I was a little concerned because what are they going to do?
Yeah.
But then in the next episode, Suwan tells, I think, Elida, oh, yeah, I sent them. And also they're well protected. By whom? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know who the protection is, but we'll find out. I also am hoping the brothers are on that boat.
So your theory,
Actually,
like
we got a little glimpse of the brothers.
You got to pull that. You got to pull
I
that.
know. I no. I love that you're like, because I did notice it's like you were excited that Gawain and Galad were part of the show. So you're like hoping that they're. How much hope do you have? Like, do you think they're there and just haven't showed us that they're there?
I think they're there.
Okay.
They're on their way.
I mean, why just give us that little nugget? There needs to be more.
We need more Galad and Gawain. By the way, the theory, 300 of you vote on this one. The theory, there will be a Egwene Lanfear showdown in Teleron. Do you agree? Fantastic theory. 75% of our audience watching believes that this is where they're pointing the, like I told you, yeah, like it makes sense that they throw all these elements in. It's like, okay, like it feels like one of those things the audience wants, right?
Outfits are going to be amazing. Whatever they're going to is going to be so cool. It's going to be like that Lanfear headpiece thing.
Ooh.
You know, the one with the boots.
That's a
it's
good
going to
one.
be that level.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of reaction, by the way, Tori, to your red onion comment.
Oh, sorry.
I think a lot of people are red onionists now. I don't know. ABC and red onion. I feel like
I don't know.
red onion is like pretty great. Leandrin's a red onion. Rebecca, how you doing? Welcome.
I'm great. I was excited to hear the end of the non-reader speculation.
So is red onion still for you? Like, is Leandrin a red onion to you?
I'm with you. I love Leandrin's character in the show, and as you said, exactly, the actress makes me, really love that character. And the writing for her is so good too. So yeah, I'm ready for some more onion layers of Leandrin in the next episode for sure.
I'm going to put, is Leandrin a red onion? And your options out there, everyone, are yes or no. I don't like onions. Those are your options. Because if you like onions, then you have to like Leandrin. I got a chance to tell her. I had a chance to interview Kate Fleetwood, and I think I posted that one recently. And I told her this, which was like, if they have 8 seasons of this show, Leandrin better make it to like. I want to see Leandrin all the way through all 8 seasons. They're just doing a fantastic job telling that story. Like, she's so compelling. Is there anyone? I mean, maybe I know this answer, Dr. S, because you were on the Lanfear train with me until a little bit of hesitation there. It's okay. It's okay to kind of be hesitant after that episode, but just I want you to embrace what Tori embraced, which was like, look, I know Leandrin's whatever. Yep. But I just really enjoy like you got to dig in on Lanfear there. Like, you can't just kind of like look at every single thing Lanfear's ever done. You just got to enjoy the moments with Lanfear.
Her look when she's pure evil. No, I actually like the bad Lanfear. I'm not buying the whole she's actually good, she's trying to do good for the world thing. Remember, I was like, no. She's just tricking you, Rand. That's not where. And then that look confirmed it. Because I liked her before there was even a glimpse of good. I actually, the scene that really sold her for me when she was walking through Kyrene and just blowing up stuff.
Yeah.
That was like, I like you.
Yeah.
Yes. Are there any other characters outside of Leandrin and Lanfear where you're just like, whatever, I love every time this character is on screen. Not just because they're like maybe good looking or attractive. I just mean like they're just the most compelling character for you outside of Lanfear and Leandrin. Like, who is that for both of you?
Elaine for me, because she's just sweetness, and we still talk about it, how she when Nynaeve was getting a little feisty with somebody, and she's like, whoa, slow your roll, like, we don't have to be so harsh about it. And it's just like, if she's going to be a leader one day, that's the kind of leader I would want, just her personality. She's sweet. I feel like she has good intentions. And if she's a dark friend, I'm never watching again.
I remember I accused her back in the early seasons, and people were very mad in the comments. Like, how dare you talk about Elaine? And yeah, so I feel the same way. I love when Elaine's on screen. And yeah,
Yeah, see, that's not as complex as like liking a
she's
Lanfear
it's
and
almost the
Leandrin.
opposite.
Yeah, it's like, duh, of course we like her, but
Yeah.
how could you not?
I'm really interested to see how she develops too, because we got to meet her mom, which is really cool.
Yep.
And we see like the contrast between, like you said, like how she was with Nynaeve and like looking like concerned when Nynaeve was being like powerful, like in a mean way.
Vicious, yeah.
And contrasting that with and seeing how her mom was like totally crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like that's the type of ruler that Elaine will be, but it also seemed from the most recent episode that she doesn't even want that path, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
like I like that they're kind of, I mean, I think like anyone, it's like responsibility thrust upon you, like expected of you is going to be, especially at the age where she's at, is like, wait, is this really my, my path? Like, I like that they're throwing that in there, because it's a great question for all of us. We've all felt that, I think, at some point. Dr. S, for you, I mean, Elaine was Tori's kind of like compelling character outside of like the best people, like in the villain side of Lanfear and Leandrin. Take those out. So we have Elaine, who for you is like just that most compelling character. You can't wait for a scene to come and get back to them when they, every episode.
I think it's Matt.
Yeah.
Matt is just, I know, he's totally grown on me. I don't know. I really care about him. And then him and Min together is magic. I love every scene that they're in together. That moment when Elaine and Nynaeve asked him if they could trust Min.
Yeah.
He said yes. Oh, because he had been like, they were bickering, he was mad at her, but at the end of the day, he's like, yes, she's trustworthy. Oh, I just got goosebumps again.
Yeah.
Did you want, just like that moment where Lan followed her out of the tent, were you like, is Matt going to say yes? Did you question for a moment in your mind? You knew it was going to be? Okay.
Yeah. They're like, I don't know. They have a friendship relationship that's very like, well, they're bonded. I mean, they shared a cell. Remember when he busted through the wall?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Possum or whatever. She called him a possum, like scratching on the wall, whatever it was. No, those are two fantastic ones. What you're experiencing, I'd like to ask this question for show-only watchers, people that aren't familiar with the material and come in, because it's one of those things you hope as a book reader that they get done well, they do well, which is, and I think you've both made these comments throughout your reviews, it's the characters that you're really invested in. And like when they're on, it's like, I remember reading chapters and be like, my favorite characters. And then like the chapter would end and I'd be like, okay, but I want to go back to that character. I don't want to go to this other character. It's fine. Interesting story, but take me back to that character I loved. So like the fact that you both kind of like, you're calling out Elaine and Matt in that way, I think is, those are two wonderful characters. By the way, 222 of you voted on this. Is Leandrin a red onion? Again, changing hearts and minds around here. 81% agree with you. Leandrin's a red onion, which I will always remember that one. That one's good. Yes, it's they do want me to ask, by the way. So I hope that everyone that's listening and answering the poll, are you a show only watcher of the Wheel of Time? So that way, all of you can answer. Sorry, everyone can answer. They can say no. Or yes. And so, I'm kind of curious if those who are watching us right now, we get about, I think in the past, it's been somewhere between 10, 15%. Like we get like a really devoted book reader group, but then we also have like show only fans, and they really, to be among us, they really have to like not mind mild spoilers, or because a lot of times in chat, we're just referencing things but I love their experience, and I've loved kind of chatting with you both about like what this has been like. And one of the things I just really connected with was how much fandom has meant for you both, about kind of the journey of the channel that you're like, and then actually kind of watching the Wheel of Time. And you actually have gone to a couple of conventions. So I just wanted to like ask you, you've been to WotCon now twice, right?
Just
once. Okay.
We are going again though.
Yeah. So like, this wasn't your like genre, right? Like you weren't into like big epic fantasy, and then you went to a convention of like, by the way, major geeks, like total hardcore fan freak kind of geeks, and like I hope you felt like
just totally part of that crowd. And but what was that experience like to go to WatCon?
Well, I was nervous, and it's ridiculous. There's literally no reason to be nervous around these people because they embraced us. They're very protective of us. They're so sweet. But I remember thinking, because we go into all of this blindly, we have no idea. And also, you see us, but we don't see you. So people coming up to us saying, Tori, Dr. S, we're like, oh my God, wait, what's your handle? I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
also surreal. It was nothing like we'd ever experienced before, right? But being nervous and looking back, I'm like, nervous of what? They are the kindest, most generous, thoughtful people. That's literally what has kept me here so long, is them.
Yeah, I remember being in the auditorium, and then the second something borderline spoilerish might be coming on, they would shut it down. Be like, stop talking. There's book reader only or non-book
Show
reader.
only.
Yeah, show only people here.
Yeah.
And they would like make sure we got escorted out so that nothing would be spoiled. It was so sweet.
I still can't. Sometimes I feel like this is a dream. Like they're all just too good to be true. Everybody has been so nice and welcoming because I mean that might even be insulting to be like, oh well, sci-fi fantasy is not my thing. Like, how popular am I?
No.
But
Yeah.
they're just like, okay, cool. Well, glad you like this. They're just everybody's very. I know they're not real, man. This is crazy. They're just so.
No, it's for example, my wife's not into sci-fi fantasy, and she goes every once in a while she'll get like a fan like, I don't understand. You're married to him, and this isn't your thing. And I always have to tell people like, yeah, like we dated when we were 17 and known each other since we were 8, and it wasn't like we weren't like pairing off and like, what's your fandom? It's just like, this is like, that wasn't our relationship. It isn't, right? But she has always been very supportive of like the Wheel of Time. It's always been a huge feature in my life. And so it's awesome that you've had that experience. This has always been a fandom we've loved. And what you're, I think, experiencing, and it does happen with other fandoms, I think, like a Star Trek or like any story being told over generations, and people are living and being part of things for decades. Like we just appreciate when other people come and hang out with us and like or enjoy the thing that we're enjoying. And so I'm glad that your experience has been like a good experience with fans. And it sounds like, are you going again this summer? Is that the plan?
So excited. Yes. Can't wait to see everyone
So
again.
If you want to meet, by the way, these two wonderful people, and Sharon Gillum, by the way, who is the Wheel of Time costume designer, will be the guest of honor there. You can come to WatCon. Rebecca, you're going to be there?
I'll be there.
I'm going to be there.
You're going to be there.
I'm going to be there. Anna,
Okay.
so you're going to be there?
Of course.
Okay. See? So you're going to at least come, see us, 5 of us in person. And I have the same experience as you two do. And Rebecca creates Wheel of Time content. I'm sure has the same experience of just like people leaving comments are like, this was amazing. Really appreciate what you do. And then they're like, hey, remember me? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, tell me more about you. Who are you? Like Innkeeper on us does this really well is he remembers names so much more better than I do. And so he'll be like, hey, Matt, remember this person? Do you remember who they are? And I'll be like, I remember them from last year. And he'll be like, do you remember their name? And I'll be like, you're a jerk. So, I mean, there's a lot of nice people, and then sometimes there's jerks, and that's okay. No, it's a lot of fun. And I hope for those of you that haven't gone to WatCon, I hope you'll feel like, even if you're kind of like reclusive or shy or whatever, it's a really welcoming fandom, and I hope you give it a chance. I just want to say thank you both for being part of this, and we love watching your reviews, your reactions to this material, and I'm so grateful when I got to episode 4, and I heard that moment where you guys are like, "Hey, just so you know, yeah, this is a cool thing. You guys in the community have welcomed us in. We've loved doing this with you, but this was the first time the story really became something that we connect with and we enjoy." Like I heard that and I was like, awesome. Like one of us, like you already were, but it's like, I mean, like where it gets in your soul and it gets in your skin a little bit and you're like, I need to go rewatch that. Like hearing a Wheel of Time fan say, or think I need to rewatch that, or I need to reread that, or there's something in here I think that they're doing or they're connecting this thing and I really want to know and understand the story, like that's always a beautiful thing. So, by the way, if you're not already following Tori Talks TV, go subscribe now. Our mods will throw their link in the chat for you. And thank you, chat, for being a lot of fun here. 300 of you, I think there's like 600 of you watching right now. This is awesome. Thank you very much for showing up here. And I hope many of you have never seen Tori Talk TV, so I hope you go subscribe right now to their channel. That and follow them. Like they're so much fun. I love how you go through and you just have really good chatter between you. You have really good intuition of like kind of like what's happening, and you're like really real about it when you don't understand something or you can't pronounce something, and it's just a lot of fun to like be in those moments with you and like, yeah, I totally get that. By the way, tell the Ron Rion, that was fantastic. Before I let you go, is there a word where you still kind of like struggle with that like hits you? Tori, you're kind of shaking.
Sangria.
Sangria. That is one. I love that you guys are just like, yeah, it's a sangria. Which is really good. Yeah, that one is like sangrial is like how they pronounce it. So like sangrial. Yeah. And but yes, those are like, by the way, Wheel of Time pronunciations. It's a thing among our whole community. So it's like part of it. Like when we see people struggle with words, we're like solidarity with you as a fan. Like we know how this feels. So, by the way, Robert, thank you very much for the tip. Robert said, Tori and Dr. S, awesome. Love the show. Karen said, sangria is better. So I think you should just stick to sangria. Knuckles Mustache said sangria is awesome. And Shaq said they're the best. So there you go.
You know, that is Shaq. My husband works for Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're like, that's like Shaq's account.
Yes.
Spoiler
alert.
I'm just gonna leave the
Shaq is not watching the Dusty Wheel. That's not happening.
I'm gonna leave that comment up the whole night. Like, that's so.
Make a new like ad for the show.
Yeah.
Ad on there.
Yeah, without context. Hold on one second. There we go. Now I have like a recording of like they're the best. We can just like we'll just put something up on the screen. That's so cool. They are the best to your husband. And I did notice like quickly just tell us this before we let you go. How has this permeated your families? Like were they some were already fans? They become fans. They're now bigger fans. Like what's been the kind of origin story of the Wheel of Time in your families?
Oh, I'm boring. I'm on an island by myself over here. My husband's not watching it. Maybe one day. He's so busy, you know, with Shaq. He tours with him because Shaq is now a touring EDM DJ. So he's off doing his own thing. My mom, actually, I think it was episode 4. She says she's going to start watching it. I don't have kids. My dogs watch it with me, but otherwise, yeah, right?
Well, your brothers who made us review it. And then, so of course, in my family, I watch it with my husband, her brother, and then our kids watch it now.
Awesome.
So,
but yes, it was because of my brothers, one of them is her husband, that's the reason why we're watching this. And I remember we didn't want to.
Oh, we
much
were
to
like,
our chagrin. No.
We reviewed other fantasy shows and we're just like, no more fantasy.
Yeah.
Like literally the night of.
Mm-hmm.
We almost didn't do it.
Yeah. So thank you, brother.
Yeah. And that's again, like the amount of fans that have stories about where a sibling might have introduced it. Maybe that sibling doesn't read it or whatever, watch anymore, but now they do. No, that's awesome. I mean, again, it's a connection point. It'll always be a kind of a part of that story, this origin moment for you. So that's awesome.
Actually talk to kids on the way to our reviews sometimes and get ideas. Like we kind of process theories and speculations together. So
yeah. No, it's fun. The website I started with in 1998 was called Theoryland. And don't go there because that will ruin a lot of things. There's too much information there. So never visit it until you want like the book's information. Although there's a lot of theories, so it doesn't tell you which one's right. But yes, that's always been my favorite aspect of this. And which is why, you know, talking about the speculation, what your theories are, it's just like, that just lives in my blood when it comes to the Wheel of Time. So I love that you're kind of speculating and talking about like what all this stuff means afterwards. Well, I hope that after the season's over, people are watching. They're like, don't talk about the season ending. I hope someday in the future, I hope that helps those of you watching out there. Someday in the future, you'll come back and talk about how this journey has proceeded. I like to revisit like some of the conversations we've had. Like once we get we have 3 episodes left. So I can't wait to have you come back and talk about, season 3 with me when it's all done. So
We would love to. Really. Thank you so much for having us.
100%. This was a blast. And again, please do go follow Tori Talks TV out there. If you see us later, please go do that. We'll put the link. I'll definitely try to remember these are crazy weeks right now, but I'll try to remember to put the link in the description of the video afterwards. But Tori Talks TV, just look them up on YouTube. And for those of you that are in chat, go follow them now if you haven't. Please do that. So this has been a lot of fun. And for those of you who stick around, we're going to do a full spoiler. We're going to go from nothing but the show, and we're going to go full spoiler with Rebecca and Innkeeper on us after this. But give us just a moment. I'd like to say goodbye to our guests, and we'll be right back. Stick around, everybody. Okay?
If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. Good night from the Dusty Wheel. As we say around here, smash to black.
If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. Welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. I'm your host, Innkeeper, and this is Innkeeper on us and Rebecca from Reading the Pattern. How you two doing?
Good.
Are you ready for this? We're going to take this. This is going full spoilers, everybody. Full spoilers. We'll unpin that message. And yes, how much fun was that? I agree. Robert said, yeah, that was so much fun to talk to. Show only fans. They're the best. It's again, I love to hear kind of their observations. There was so much they were saying about Lanfear and that relationship where I was just like I didn't want to say it, but I love that I don't know. And Rebecca, why don't we return to Lanfear, but we can kind of go full book spoilers on this. Do you think this was a smart decision? Think about season 1. Think about, I guess, when I think about this whole arc between these 3 people, Rand, Egwene, and Lanfear.
Yeah.
Do you like what they've done? Do you feel like it's made a material difference to how much you've kind of enjoyed their adaptation of the Wheel of Time?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I mean, if you just look at the end of the last episode, the feeling that you have in that moment, that alone could probably justify everything that they've done, because I think that's just such a potent moment when Egwene comes on like that, and the look that Lanfear gives her. I think it was surprising. The only thing that's been surprising is the Egwene and Rand relationship going on the way that it has into the season. I was a bit surprised by that, but so I think maybe that's kind of we're getting some payoff for that perhaps very soon.
Yeah, I kept wondering what they were going to do, and yes, Dana, I will throw that up there. That look is so brutal. It's just so, this is just, man, so well done. Oh, and Madeline Madden's reaction to that moment, just brutal. I will put that full book spoilers, everybody. Thank you very much. And yes, we'll go back and talk about Shaq in the Wheel of Time here in just a moment. I was very critical, even through like season 2. I was just like, I don't get the obsession with like leading us on with this Rand and Egwene thing.
Mhm.
And it was early in this season where I think I told everybody, I was like, okay, like I can accept like this is a much more impactful kind of relationship that he's having with Lanfear, and it serves like a deep kind of narrative purpose for Egwene and Rand breaking, and there being a rift, and there being a reason why maybe they can't trust each other, right? And like it's not just like, oh, Rand is going crazy because of the taint, and so I don't know if I can trust him. No, he's tainted by like the decisions that he's made, and that the connections, right? Like now he's connected to Forsaken, and can she like ever trust him again? Like that is a really, really, like when you think about the Field of Merrilor, like you think about what's coming at the end of the story, and it gives motivation to the viewers, like to question like Rand at the end, and like, does he really know the right way here? And maybe Egwene actually has the right of it. So man, I'm bought in on this one. I feel as difficult, like as time consuming as it is, right? Like there are other stories I could tell. This one that at the end didn't hit for me as well. Like in the books, I was like,
Oh.
like, can you just not be like belligerent and just trust the dude and like let's just move on, like that. I remember reading that going like, this is a lame, like I did not enjoy that whole like trying to figure out who's going to trust whom at the end of the books, because it just felt a little bit like, yeah, if they just like gatewayed to each other and had a conversation, like it felt kind of like we can't trust each other because we just don't know each other anymore. Does that make sense? Like that's what it felt like more to me. This one feels like it's giving it life.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honest, do you feel like the same? Is it, or do you feel like that, or is it? Oh, you're muted still.
Muted.
I was thinking, you mentioned, like how deep of an effect this has. Like I'm thinking is we don't see this like aspect of Rand in the books, right? We see, is Rand mad, right? But this aspect of, can we trust Rand? Because of his loyalties in a sense. This is like the closest that we get to what Moraine says about, in one of the visions, not the visions, like one of the visions at the docks, that Lanfear is there and it's not Rand, it's Luce Theron. Like, is this like on that spectrum, are we going to get closer and closer to seeing something like that where like Rand is like not you can't trust Rand, at least from a character standpoint. Like we know what's happening and what Rand is going through and how he's not necessarily, he doesn't know what's happening with Egwene, right? But the characters who are living this can't give that much like grace to Rand, I guess, because they're in a position where they're like, well, Rand should have known better. She's a Forsaken, right? Like,
Yeah.
like it should be that easy.
No, but I mean, even like Tori was saying, she's like, she kind of trusts Lanfear. Like sometimes Lanfear seems like she's telling Rand more truth than other people are telling Rand, right? Like Rand, like they're doing a good job of that idea, of seeding that, of like, yeah, she is giving information that seems trustworthy to Rand. That doesn't mean she's a good person.
Yeah.
I like what Joel McQueen said, is this turning of the wheel? In this turning of the wheel, the Chosen are awesome and they win. Yes. Yeah.
Matt's like in that turning too.
Yeah, it depends on how you
That's like in all.
I mean, how full
turning.
book spoilers are we? That was my
we're full book spoilers.
We're full book, like
we're full book spoilers, everybody.
10-year
like,
anniversary, like
Oh,
we're
yeah. If you haven't,
okay.
we're
Matt's
we're
like
full.
We
We're
have-
full.
I don't know what
I
you're
should
talking
say,
about.
yeah. Maybe I should say full. I should have maybe written like full book, full I don't know what you call it.
Everything.
Full
Full Lanfear
secret?
spoilers.
Full Lanfear
Full
Lanfear.
Lanfear spoilers.
Like, yeah, Lanfear won. So
So for you, is there another plot that is working for you in ways that in the books maybe wasn't as compelling? Is there something that they're doing right for you, Rebecca, that you're like, yeah, this is actually, whether or not it's the medium that they're using to tell the story or the changes they've made or just the focus they've given, is there something where you're just going like, yeah, this is good?
Yeah, when we were talking about the Egwene Rand Lanfear stuff, it connected to some other things for me, which I feel like has been really consistent. A lot of the relationships in the books, I feel like Robert Jordan had this tendency to just like lower the stakes on them more than like they really should be, right? So the stakes on Rand and Egwene breaking up, like that was lower. The stakes on, would Rand really be in love with Lanfear, that was lower. The stakes on Moiraine and Swan giving up their personal lives, to their mission was lower. And so the show was doing that in all of these ways, just increasing our investment in these relationships, the stakes in them, so that it's so much more impactful, right? So the Moiraine Swan scene in the last episode, I mean, it's heartbreaking, right? And there's nothing like that, in the book at that point at all. So that's totally working. And just some of the relationships that we don't get to explore that much. Seeing more Matt and Nynaeve is something that is really working well this season, I think. And those are two characters that are connected, but we don't really get a ton from them.
That one, I mean, let's talk about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, wrong. I pinned the wrong message there. Sorry, buddy. I saw this. For those of you who kind of like, yes, sorry. Up through show through episode 5 and full book series. People were wondering, like, we're not going into 6 just yet. We'll talk about that 6 here shortly. Obviously, if some of you out there have watched the episodes, no, don't spoil stuff for us. Please don't do that. We're only up through 5 right now and the full book series. So try to keep to that in chat and don't make our mods work too hard. Nynaeve and Matt, I really like this one. Like,
Yeah.
I like I like how it's a really interesting lead into what Nynaeve eventually I imagine what they will do with Nynaeve if they have the time to tell it. Because Matt is an interesting kind of like catalyst for her to really care deeply about the mind and about healing and about healing her friends and about like we have that, right? She is like wisdom, but then sometimes it can kind of get lost in this, like, yeah, she's defending, protecting, but I like that they kind of gave us that little like nod into Matt's journey with her, because I think it's going to pay off if where they're going was where they're going. I saw you shake your head. Is there something about that relationship you've liked a lot and what they've done with it?
You're asking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're absolutely right about the, it works so well for Nynaeve and what might come for her. And also, again, something we know fundamental to her character is how she chooses her people, right? She has her little group of people that are hers and that she would do anything for these people. And that's what she puts above everything else. And it's a small number. And I always love when she, adds someone to it, right? So like, obviously she adds Lan to that small number, and Elaine is the other one that she adds to. And so I love that relationship also. But, yeah, and I also like Nynaeve and Matt have like parallels as characters. They're completely different. But in terms of like their internal self-awareness, they have some parallels there that I like. So it's a nice pairing. I like it a lot.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't connecting that one as much, but yes, I think you could You could say that Matt has a block of sorts, also. But the thing you had mentioned, this is the scene that it made me think of, where Nynaeve is just like, wait, what? But now is like, okay, now this person's part of it, right? Like we're subsuming Min into our group here.
That's right.
And now you're like, okay, it's Nynaeve, and Nynaeve's going to care about Min in the same way. Like, she's like connecting like Faldara here. Like, wait a second, can I trust you, right? And so yeah, like this. Oh man, if this isn't great, they talk about Tanchico for. I think I want to say the official account said something about.
Yeah, we're going tomorrow's Tanchico or something like that.
Tomorrow's Tanchico, something like that.
Yeah. So we
like,
go to Tanchico tomorrow. We go to Tanchico, I think.
I have so much like, let me ask everybody, how excited are you for more Grudge Squad?
Leandrin Grudge Squad.
Leandrin Grudge Squad.
Well, while you do that, I want to talk about Nynaeve and, the fact that Nynaeve is a healer and that's like, so important to her, and the arc, like in the books, like she has to kind of heal herself, right? The getting over the block is healing. And we're getting such a great kind of journey of getting there in the show, through the Sea Folk interaction, through, dealing with Matt and helping, healing Matt. I feel like that arc is, at least to me as a book reader, that maybe didn't connect with Nynaeve as much in the first part of the books. As far as being a healer, I've really liked that is like, she's like I'm still your wisdom, right? I need, this is something I can do, and that's why she chooses to go, or at least stay at Tarvalon and not go with Rand. So yeah, giving like strong conviction like that to someone like Nynaeve is really cool, and I want to see where it goes. Like I think they have it, like they have a hopefully an ending to this, which is like kind of brings us to that full
can't tell
arc.
if you're like it's full book series spoilers, like you can say it.
No, I don't. No, I don't know. Like I don't. Yeah, I don't know if it is like if it's time to get rid of the block, right? Like I don't know if we're there, or like how we'll get there. I don't know. We don't know that. Like the way it happens in the books is I mean, I'm not gonna say like there's more to how that happens. I think, can it happen the same way? I don't know. It's possible.
It seems like something's going to be different. Like it's like you said, like we don't know how it's going to happen. That's a really interesting place to be. Like obviously at some point she'll get there, but when and how is a mystery, which is fun. And I think because they've set up the block as being more absolute,
Right. Yeah.
going to get resolved quicker relatively, I would guess, just because they're not going to, I think maybe this is the last season that she should not be able to channel.
Okay. And maybe someone can like help me explain, the two of you, maybe, like the way she gets over the block as she's drowning is like not giving up, but like finally surrendering. Like, is that a fair way to say it? Like, that's so in your head. Like, how can you show that? Like from a show, like they have to, they can't do it from a, because it's a, it's a mind block. Like, how do you actually show that in the show? I'm like really looking forward to that.
I think they've changed it because the nature of the block in the book is she can only channel when angry, and because she really like no one else, no other female channeler that we're aware of, she doesn't surrender. She does not surrender to channel, but she's still able to channel. So it's like she's getting around this way that they're supposed to channel, which I like, actually, right? I don't like that she can't channel anytime she wants to, but I like that she's not like doing it the exact same way that everybody else is doing it, and it's probably healthy for her that she learns that she can give up control sometimes. She doesn't always have to be in control. It's probably healthy for her in the book, but it's totally different, right? They're not explaining it that way. It's more like she's understandably terrified because she's been traumatized. Um,
Right.
and it's a total block, right? She can't channel at all. So the way of getting over it seems like it would be something different because the whole entire nature of it is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, this, I mean, like you said, I think it is going to be. And people are saying this like, is it like people like giving up a bit, surrendering? It's going to be hard to visualize. So yeah, like this is a challenge. I'm sure that this one, when they do it, this has to be the payoff, right? Like, as in they've been building this thing for a while, right?
Mhm.
Like, this is a 3-season,
Yeah.
arc, and if it's this season, then like it's going to have to make sense, and it should be pulling from themes. So I'm trying to remember like what was in the show. Remind me the block moment. It was the end of season 1, right?
Yeah. When she's being used as well, yeah, I mean, because she
Yeah.
channels in the ways. She has that burst of channeling
Yeah.
in the ways to save everyone again, right? First she saves Lan with a burst of channeling, then she saves everybody, in the ways with a burst of channeling. And then she's used as a conduit by Amelisa and she almost dies, and Egwene almost dies, and that's it. She can't
She
channel
says there's too
everyone.
much power. She says that no one should have this much power. I think
She's
she
scared
said
of her
that.
own power is something
Yeah.
that's been said
Sure.
multiple times. The
Yeah.
Shamael said that. So yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So maybe
And
it's
maybe
yeah. So
embracing
like
that she can have this much power, that she's
Yeah,
willing
I
to,
have
wield the
I have a
power she
theory.
has.
I have a theory.
I like what
Yeah.
you just said, like embracing or like letting go of the fear of just how powerful and meaningful and important she is. Right? There's that she's there to protect her. Like I remember I remember Zoe Robbins answering a question like that. Like, well, yeah, he was there to like make sure no one messed with Egwene at first, right?
Mhm.
Right.
And it's like, so what is her purpose? And everyone's telling her she's so capable, but when this was used against her, it almost destroyed her and someone she loves. And like embracing the fact that she like can be this powerful, like, and not being fearful of it. But so I wonder, that is definitely one way they could go with it. What were you gonna say? You had a theory?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like the show has kind of paired Nynaeve and Leandrin in a mentor kind of role and a now like an antagonistic kind of role. Does Nynaeve say that like she thought Leandrin actually cared for her or something like that when they're talking
Yeah.
with Elaine and Nynaeve in that room where her son was? So I think somehow bringing Leandrin in and having Leandrin being a catalyst in the unblocking somehow would be an interesting way to do it. I don't know again how they do it, but like she actually to some degree the only Aes Sedai she trusts, because she channeled when provoked by Leandrin, right? In was it episode 1?
That's true. I forgot
yeah.
that was season 2. So she did channel
She
actually.
I think she challenged twice in season 2. Then and then when she opened
With
the
Rima.
collar, yeah.
So Rima is the other, one
Right,
that's
exactly.
had a big influence on her. But
Yeah, but I feel like somehow like Leandrin helps her unblock. Now, whether that's like unwittingly or like actually like helps her, because she I mean, even Nynaeve, even Leandrin has some degree of care for Nynaeve.
I like this.
Right.
Frozen Flame said Nynaeve seems to think one power is inherently destructive, that is likely difficult for her as a healer. It can be so destructive, right? It can be, and she's used it to heal, but it's in very kind of like violent situations, right?
Right.
It's to heal. She's had to also, like, you think of the Logain moment, right? Like she watched everyone die.
that was traumatic.
Yeah, the trauma related to channeling, and if she doesn't have control, like she talked about with Rima, right? Like she is very powerful. She recognizes how powerful, and she doesn't like know how to control it, and she feels like if she even channels, she could hurt somebody, or it could be used improperly. Somebody could use her if she's able to, right? I think there's something kind of protective about that. Like if she can't channel, no one can use her.
Right.
Right.
Like she was used by Amelisa.
Yeah.
And even that tiny bit of channeling that she did with Rima, I'm sure she felt enormous guilt over Rima being hurt as a consequence.
Right. Yeah.
Well, if Leandrin can't use her if she can't channel, right?
Mhm.
Like even it's like if I can't channel unless I want to channel, like like I don't want to channel until I want to channel.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like that the CFO kind of worked in. So that one's gonna be an interesting kind of if they're able to kind of get a good payoff on that this season. Do you think it's going to happen this season? Will we see the end of? Let me end this poll. 228 of you vote on this. How excited are you for more Leandrin Grudge Squad and Tanchico? If you don't know about the Leandrin Grudge Squad, I don't know how to help you because it's everyone. It's everyone that has a grudge against Leandrin. It's the Leandrin Grudge Squad. I love how Min's like, and I have business with Leandrin or something. It's like the greatest line from the last episode, and we're all like,
Don't we all?
yeah, like it's like,
Yeah.
yes, we all feel like we have business with Leandrin. Let me ask this: will Nynaeve break her block this season? Yes,
I did like what you said, Anis, about connecting it to Leandrin in some way. That's very fitting for, the arc that they've been on. Whereas, like, in the book, it being connected to Maggette, and it's like, we're not there yet. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had one other theory
yeah, go
as
for
to
it.
something that they could bring in if they were going to do it this season.
Go for it.
So, we have had the foreshadowing of Matt's hanging. So, if that were to happen and Nynaeve were around to potentially heal him, that could be a thing that could bring it in, right? Because again, they're sort of pairing these two and giving them more focus on each other this season.
Like that his thing. That's an interesting thing. Like you're saying, often you think, well, that's Matt's thing, but Matt's hanging is also instrumental to her healing. That's an interesting. Yeah, I love that. That's a fun theory. I like that. Yeah, go ahead.
If Rand can heal Matt from a hanging, Nynaeve like right? Like
obviously she can. It would be more so like that would be enough to spur her to do something because she cares about Matt so much,
By the way,
like it.
Speaking of episode 6 coming up here soon, if those 500 of you are still here, please go right now. Our Innkeeper, you want to throw the link in chat. Please open this up and like notify yourself and be there tonight at 3 a.m. in the morning Eastern. I know some of you are like, what? There's no, it's fun. Just ask those 400 of you that have come and enjoyed the early morning live watch with us. We do a live pre-show to that, and then we do a live watch afterwards, and then we do a reaction show. And yeah, be there tonight. It starts at 2 a.m. Eastern. It's a lot of fun. And I want to say it this way, like Lan says it. Innkeeper on us. Is it our last episode tonight?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. So come join us because we still have episodes. Something like that. I think it works like something like that. So
not tonight.
Join us. Go like that video, set notifications, answer the pre-show poll, and join us tonight at 2 a.m. Eastern. And we watch the show together at 3 a.m. It's a lot of fun.
I will be asleep, but
I know it's totally cool. We will also have a show the following tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And we'll be live doing a breakdown of the episode. So even if you can't, you can come join us and we'll do a breakdown together. But
is it Kim?
No, what did Kim say? When do you sleep? Like honestly, between Wednesday and Thursday, there's very little sleep. But it's fun. What I mean by that is, it's like what else? Like in a month or whatever, there
You're
won't
like
be this.
there are only 3 episodes.
I'm trying not to say it that way. I'm just saying in a month, maybe we won't have this ability to stay up late and be stupidly like.
Well, there's always
crazy.
WatCon, at which we will. Well, and
True.
then Jordan Con I can't be a Jordan Con, but Jordan Con, WatCon for staying up late.
Yeah, you
being
can stay up.
stupid.
Yeah. Prepare for the Wheel of Time conventions by staying up late with us right now. So, episode 6 is gonna be tonight. Rebecca, do you have something? I mean, obviously, I don't know if have you watched the previews for episode 6?
I did because I was coming on the show tonight. Like I've been trying to cool it sometimes with the previews because I'm like, I don't need to watch it,
Yeah.
But I did because I was coming on.
So both of you have? I have not.
No, we're gonna watch it right now to our mods that are like.
That's what we do. We watch it for the first time. Yeah.
Our mods that don't want to have
spoil anything from the episode, right now would be a great time to say goodnight to us. Thank you for being here. I hope you had a fantastic. Those mods that don't mind seeing the these kind of little cut scenes that they send us, the trailers for this, stick around. But we're gonna watch this one now and talk about this. So enjoy, everybody.
Egwene?
We're here to find the Black Aja. More importantly, the collar.
Stay back.
My Cabal are loyal to me, and I am loyal to you.
But have you got any jewellery? Like a little collar?
Hey, you!
What do you want?
You met a beautiful woman. Dark hair with white stripe running through it.
Go on. Dig harder. Search further.
Guides!
Did you find anything?
We know where Leandrin's staying.
It's just this city. Do you think it's what made her who she is?
Okay, doing it again. I don't think I've watched it on a big screen like this.
Egwene?
We're here to find the Black Aja. More importantly, the collar.
Stay back.
My Cabal are loyal to me, and I am loyal to you.
But have you got any jewellery? Like a little collar?
Hey, you!
What do you want?
You met a beautiful woman. Dark hair with white stripe running through it.
Go on. Dig harder. Search further.
Guides!
Did you find anything?
We know where Leandrin's staying.
It's just this city. Do you think it's what made her who she is?
Was that? It seemed like Nynaeve, and she was like, "They're like, do you think this was what made her who she is?" Nynaeve, do you feel like Rebecca? Do you think Nynaeve feels like Leandrin is still like, I can save her? Is that where?
She might have an I can fix her feeling, perhaps. I don't know. I really do like how they've, like, a couple times throughout the season have had different characters, kind of comment on this relationship between the two of them, because I do feel like there is something there that's not all manipulation. I mean, obviously there's manipulation, but there's something else too. And Leandrin is just, she's not a black and white character. She's got the onion layer. So
she's a red onion.
She's a red onion.
I love that. That's so good.
I know, it's really good. Yeah, I think Nynaeve is at least trying to understand Leandrin. Right? She's not just writing her off as like she's totally evil and I don't need to like understand her. Right? I just need to destroy her. Like, she's trying to understand her also.
By the way, will Nynaeve break her block this season? 232 of you voted in this one, 63%. So it's not. I mean, it's a majority, but not a slam dunk on this one. I want to ask that question. Does Nynaeve think I can fix her? About Leandrin, yes or no? That's a great Innkeeper. What do you think? Is Nynaeve in the I can fix her camp?
Nynaeve can
Leandrin?
fix anything.
That's true. That's a good point. Oh man, what an answer! Yeah, I feel. So no,
gentling. Yeah, madness. Sure.
I feel stupid.
I can do that.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. Like, how is there any other answer?
Like if Lanfear and Nynaeve were together, like, yeah.
I mean, I'm so not agreeing with the poll right now. It's like, yes, she thinks she can fix everything and everyone, right? Like, that's where I'm at. Yeah, like, good point. I don't know why I even asked that again, but it doesn't seem like the audience here is there. But I totally agree with that view of Nynaeve. Yes, I can fix her. I need to understand. Sure.
What do they say about her? Like, she thinks she's not going to be satisfied until she's healed someone who's 3 days dead, right? Like,
yeah.
You know.
That's so interesting.
Where did you go?
No, so I'm
what have I done?
I'm wondering if they're going to try to set her up. Like, they have to consolidate. They can't, think about, we're full book spoilers, so think about Nakomi at the end of the books. Right. And you have that kind of like character that comes in that was late in the books that needed to be explained, that, and just like, how does Rand transfer? And like, I can imagine like, they do, like, I'm imagining they're going to follow the same kind of Moradin Rand aspect. What if the transfer mechanism is Nynaeve?
Ooh.
Anyways, I'm just
Look
saying,
at
like
the
maybe
loony
they're.
theories.
No, I'm just wondering, like,
what do you mean?
She figures
No.
out with the one power how to transfer souls.
Yeah, no, I'm wondering, like, if she. Anyways, like, I don't know if they'll go that deep with, like, how else would you do it? Like, if you were the show,
I have
like,
officially
you'd.
derailed this live stream right now.
Look, I'm just like going. You brought up something, and now I'm like,
I'm just
oh, I
thinking like
wonder if they
Nynaeve
would.
being like, to live he must die. Like just like pondering over that.
Oh, I'm again, like, how would you go down this
Oh.
road? Right? How would you go down the road of what the book does in a way that
Yeah.
that people that are watching the show can understand what happened and actually give it as part of a character's arc that's compelling. So, by the way, Looney and Bonkers. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've reached it. I've reached Looney and Bonkers. Okay, we'll jump back. That went way far away. Rebecca never apologized for that kind of stuff. Like that was a fun kind of.
It was fun.
Silly Diana said, Matt.
It was
Did
a
someone
good
say
derail.
metaphysics? Exactly.
I mean, the one thing I don't want is them like kind of accidentally healing death. I just don't want that.
No,
again.
yeah.
Like let's please not do that.
That was
No,
a
but I'm not saying-
red
I'm not saying-
line.
No,
I
not
think-
for not for that. But I'm just thinking like, the fact that if Matt's hanging, like, like can he not be dead? Like,
Yeah,
that-
no,
Oh, yeah,
right.
sure.
I mean, I think, well, that was always somewhat of a question too, where Matt was like, was that me dying or not? But like, I
Yeah.
don't think so. I don't think he was
So,
dead.
but are we assuming that the whole Matt connection to death? Sorry, this is like going far afield.
Yeah.
Are we assuming that the dagger is like that the show is definitely using Matt did kill Rand in the sense of like the dagger will and the wound will eventually lead to the death of his body at the very least. In other words, Matt ultimately
That's a good
does.
question.
But Rand
kill
doesn't
him.
die in that vision. Like he gets
No,
stabbed.
but he's saying,
but
like,
she's
if the
saying
wound eventually kills him.
Matt, the way that Min interprets it, right? Min interprets the
so we don't know.
vision.
Yeah. We don't
I thought
know.
doesn't Min say that you kill him? What does she say?
No, but
Like-
I know. But like in the books, we know that Min can see things and sometimes understand, and when she understands, they're true. In the show, we don't know if her understanding.
That's right. We don't.
It's true.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
will,
she
like,
may
almost-
have said that, but like I don't like trust. Not trust her, but like
Yeah,
she
it-
doesn't know that.
You think
We
think
have
that
not
they're-
been told that if Min has an interpretation, that the interpretation is correct.
Yes.
And it might be
Sure.
they want to keep it more similar to like Elida's foretellings, where she has an interpretation that is not correct, right? Like Elida's interpretation of her own foretellings means nothing. So maybe they want to just have that be the same for simplicity.
Yeah, no, it's fine. They might not be doing that. Is again, like this could be red herring, like the books, right? Jordan laid false tracks.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like this could be a track that they're laying for later use if they wanted to. Jordan did this too, right? There were some tracks laid that he never used.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's famous ones, terribly famous ones that are really, really dumb in the books that are just like, why that, like, He Who Follows After, dumbest track.
Yeah.
It is just the most,
I
what I
like
mean
to
by,
hear
when I
about
say
that.
dumbest, I mean, it's clear that it changed from what he chose to do with it. And so dumb as in the sense of it doesn't play out. It doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
Like there's just like, and so but I think that's a smart way to, as in like you can get hyped up about something and like, this is going to be a thing. And it's like, no, it's just, he brought him the thing. Like it was just, it wasn't anything more than that or whatever. So I think you can go down, they can be laying tracks they just never use. That's possible. So, this one, Eric Weiss said, thank you for the tip, said, Mogi rips Brigitte soul out of Tel'aran'rhiod into the real world. What if Nynaeve brings Rand's soul out of Tel'aran'rhiod after the last battle? No. Not allowed to do that. Don't do that. I don't want him to do that. I mean, Eric, that goes in my loony category. Please don't. Let's go to this thing really quick. So I love how this is like, just like the cinema. I love this blurring in. Egwene's coming. It's like they're gonna have a conversation. Obviously, somebody said, "Is Nynaeve on this?" No, that knife. That's just. I don't recognize that costume. But yeah, you were obviously getting a lot of Tanchico. You see like a knife held to Elaine's neck here. I think I zoomed in to this, and Matt goes over there to kind of. Oh yeah, right there.
So, who's this costume here?
In the middle right here.
Yeah.
Oh, as in, do you have an idea of who it is, or?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we've seen it, but.
Oh, have we
Can't
seen it
be
before?
Tom.
I don't
Can
think
it?
so.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a mustache.
I don't think he's that short.
Yeah.
Is there a gray mustache right there?
I mean,
But
yeah.
no, he's not that short. So
I think.
you're right.
Although to be fair, he was
Okay.
never
I mean, you gotta
standing
pull
next to
this.
Donald
Is this
Finn,
Tom?
So I don't know.
Oh, it is Tom. Like, go back. Go back. That is totally Tom.
Oh, maybe.
Like in disguise. No?
But is he that much
No.
taller than Matt? Oh, I mean, it's,
well,
because it's Donald Finn.
I know that's what I was saying. Oh, he's not that short, but then I was like, he stood next to Barney Harris, not Donald Finn. So
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go out.
Does
I believe it's
Nynaeve think I can fix her about Leander? That was about a 50-50 poll here. Is this Tom in disguise? Here we go. Is this Tom?
Do you have
in
a like
disguise?
a good like? Do you have a? I need to find. Can you?
No,
is
you'll
this?
have to.
Where is this?
This one's on the
is this,
X account, but you'll have to go find a cut of it.
Now I
Like,
want to know how tall.
is this on Instagram too? That might be better, right?
yeah, the Instagram one, it has a better resolution.
Okay, all right. I will.
Dale
get
said
to-
every man with a mustache is Tom.
I mean,
You're like, yes.
Okay.
But Silly Dabbit said, but that is Elaine. Kevin said
What's
Tom
that
is in this clip.
okay. So
Yeah, like not being able to page through right here. Oh, can we listen to the voice again? That's a good point. Here we go.
We're here to find the Black Aja. More importantly, the collar.
wait, who's throwing the knives? Is that Tom?
I thought that might be Tom too, but no. I think they're just
It's not?
messing with us, showing us a lot of gray beards and mustaches.
There is a Tom in there. There has to be a Tom.
I looked at this one, and I'm pretty sure it's not.
That's not. I don't think that's him. That's the
Okay,
guy with the hat. The other guy
But
with
the
the
guy's
hat.
matching that. Oh, the pants match the person on the. That's like an act or something they're doing there, right? So yeah, that's not him.
But by the way, I googled how tall Tom's actor is, and he's 6 feet tall.
And how tall is Donald Finn?
I don't know. I couldn't find that, but I
Oh.
don't think that Kira Coveney is 6 feet tall, so I don't know. And that person looks not really taller than Kira Coveney.
Everyone is Tom, unless he's not. Oh,
Loyal to
did
me.
I really not do Tom or Tom ain't? Oh man, I apologize, everyone. Everyone's chat's like, no Tom or Tom ain't. So yeah, Tom is on the stage later with Elaine. Let's watch that here. By the way, this is what an iconic moment right here.
Yep.
She's like on the Amerlin seat, and
Yeah.
Leandrins is like bowing for, and followed by another iconic moment. Just Moghedian spitting.
spitting.
Oh my gosh.
Gross.
So you think Tom is here later, huh?
But have you got any jewellery? Like a little collar?
Hey, you!
What do you want?
You met a beautiful woman. Dark hair with white stripe running through it.
Boy. Dig hard.
Oh, that's Tom right there? They say that Tom's right there. Oh,
Guitar guy.
yeah, that's not Tom in the other thing. So,
Wait,
by the way,
can't Tom
all of you-
change? Because the clothes are not the same, so Tom could have changed clothes.
yeah,
Like Elaine is
good
wearing
point.
different clothes.
Yeah, good point. You're right.
Okay.
You're right. Tom could be. It could
I
still be both.
still think that person is shorter than Tom, but I don't know.
I don't know.
By the way,
the-
this is
if you
the
listen,
Zoe Robbins moment where she says she smiles in Tenchico. Look at that smile. Nynaeve's having a good time,
Yeah.
which is definitely going to be ruined. If you look at the dress that she's wearing right there, we see that one in the teaser. It's like, yeah, like, that's the happiness there is fantastic. Because we know that Elaine sings.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the Elaine singing moment? Do we know this?
It's
Or
gotta be, yeah.
she's up on the stage, right? Are they all clapping afterwards? Okay, yeah. So it's like is this she just did, or Tenchico looks like a good time, you know.
Yeah.
Look at that. Nynaeve's having a great time too. This is going to be horrific. It's like everyone's having a good time, but not right. This is terrible.
Okay, I sent you a Tom, possible Tom. I don't know, like just to see if this is Tom or not.
Is this Tom? You gave us a "Is this Tom?" Nice. Where did you send it to? Which one?
X. I sent it to X.
Oh, nice. X it is. By the way, to that question I proposed to you, Innkeeper, it's a negative on that question. X is where.
Wait, what question?
I'm just like being mysterious and funny. I was like, I wonder if earlier. This one is Tom. Oh, this is the Tom. Here we go. Oh, am I totally zoomed in? I'm like, where is Tom? Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Look at. Oh hey,
Whoa.
hey Matt. I was like,
that beard just looks fake.
Uh-huh. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think so now, but I want it to be.
Yeah.
Who is?
I feel like
Hello.
it's the meme of the guy with the butterfly, and we're just, is everything Tom? I don't know. Wait, also, that is a long beard, right?
would
Look
never-
at that
Fake
long
beard, fake beard, fake beard.
We would
fake
we would
beard.
never do that. I don't know what you're talking about, Rebecca.
It's like it's like
Is this Asmodean?
Totally.
it's like if it's not Tom, it's Asmodean.
Right, definitely.
Man.
No, or Tom is Asmodean.
Right, exactly.
Oh, that's true. We have some Thomas and Asmodean theories out there. That's a good point. Is that Asmodean? Oh, that should have been the question.
All right, I'm going to derail it again just with that
Okay.
name.
Derail it away. Yeah, you just derailing the whole show all the time here. No, so that was one of the clips. Are you okay with seeing a second clip? It's a Perrin Fail clip.
Oh
Are you
yeah,
okay with
Oh,
this? This is a Collider.
How long
Innkeeper,
is this
you're
clip?
already in. I wasn't asking
it's short,
you.
it's short.
I was
I'm
asking
just
our
asking.
guests.
I mean, I can like go away for 2 seconds.
Are you gonna go away?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. So this was a clip released by Collider, everyone. And Maynard Chad said, "Nope, there's no such thing as Tamodian."
Yeah.
Can we get a shout out to Uno's eye patch? Oh man, clip me, Vashi said. Okay, here we go. Enjoy.
Wolf brother, I understand them, and they understand me.
Wait a second.
You got to go back. You cut off the beginning, I think.
It's like weird. This is one of those like where you're playing it through some website.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hope this like catches up and like, come on, Collider.
Her eyes.
Let me see.
Why are they so gold?
Okay, there we go. Okay, everybody, this one should work.
Her eyes. Why are they so gold?
I'm something called a wolf brother. I understand them, and they understand me. You don't find it strange?
I do. But I don't mind strange.
Your turn. The hunt for the horn. Just an excuse to get away from Saldea? Or are you actually serious about it?
Of course I'm serious about it. I'm going to find it, too. What's so funny?
Sorry. I can't let this go on. Pass me that.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so funny.
I meant to give it to his sisters, but you see that? My friend Matt Cawthon. And that
Is the horn of Valir.
Yes.
The actual horn of Valir.
Yes.
And that's your friend.
Matt.
Blowing the horn.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend found the horn and blew it? And you're only telling me now?
There was never a good time.
Let me go on and on about that light blasted horn. Perrin Aybara. That's not fair. Your eyes. Why are they so cold?
What do you think? How you feeling about that episode 6 clip there, Rebecca?
I really love it. I don't know, it's just nice to hear like Perrin just like telling someone he's a wolf brother, and he doesn't get into any great depth about it, but like just what it is, and like I love that. And it was funny. It was really funny with the bringing out the picture of Matt and the horn.
The picture definitely served a moment there.
This is clearly Photoshop. I mean, yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Like if anyone ever doubts like who can talk to women better, like like there's that was like
it's not Matt.
It's not Matt. Perrin was fairly smooth. I mean, there's a little bit of awkwardness there, but he
No, he was pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I think that was I'm proud of Perrin. Yeah.
If you don't know what this means, I'm sorry. I don't mind strange because I'm a vampire. That's pretty great. Vampire Fail doesn't kink shame. Rebecca, have you heard of this?
No.
Fail is a vampire
no,
theory.
That's new.
That was last week's theory on the Wednesday show, was that Fail was a vampire. And then like during the episode, I asked people to come up with the reasons that they saw in the episode last week of what would prove that she's a vampire. Fantastic stuff, man. And now people still remember that. So thank you for those of you out there that are keeping this going. So, oh my gosh, that was good. No, I need to pick a winner, but I have screenshots. So I have not picked a winner. Maybe as I'm watching tonight, I will pick a winner. We stand Vampire Fail. Is this Tom in disguise? About 200 of you voted on this. 50-50. So, interview with a Fail is pretty good. It was. Fail is a vampire. Nos Fail 2. It was a good one. That wasn't my favorite of them. I can't remember. She's only been out at night. She's only been out at night is awesome.
That's not that.
Count Mandarb. Count Mandarb.
Yeah. She was riding a horse with Bane and Chiad in episode 5 out in the day.
Yeah, I know. Don't try to bring logic into Fail's a vampire.
No, like hey, if you're doing it, like do it, like I'm sorry.
You can't I'm just saying you can't just logic it out. Like that's not the point. Have we ever seen Fail's reflection? Yeah, exactly. Yes. This moment with them, I love that they used the map blowing the horn. I do love how intense they make Fail. Like that one's like really, really speaking to me of what they've done with just kind of like how serious she's taking this moment. And how he's kind of like having fun there. So I want to ask that question. I'm going to poll you: who is better with women? Is that how they phrase it?
Who can talk to who can talk?
Who's better at talking to women?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I'm going to say
who knows how to talk to women? I think it's like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who knows how? Okay, but who? Yes. But it's also like it's that they. It's just not that they know how, but it's like, isn't it like with the insinuation?
It's more like when they're like Perrin would know what to say here. Like that's like what Rand would say. Yeah, like that's the
who knows what to say to women more.
better.
The
Best?
best.
I like that. I think commit to that. I think you should
Perrin.
Who knows what to say to women?
I'm gonna say Perrin, Matt,
Most.
Rand, Elaine. So
It's
I
like
add Elaine
Frozen
as the
Flame.
fourth
I mean,
option.
Frozen-
you've
Frozen-
already skewed the poll. There's an obvious answer when you put Elaine.
Okay, fine. I won't give. I was gonna give Elaine. I was gonna give
Elaine is
Elaine.
gonna sweep that.
I know. I was gonna give Elaine, but then you were gonna be like, I knew. Yeah. So I will go with you. You're right. You're right. You're right. If I say Elaine, who knows what to say to women best? I will use Perrin, Rand, and Matt. I'll keep the polls safe from sweeps by Elaine.
It's like the people are like, Perrin has been married, he wins. I mean,
I don't know that necessarily
like
is
exactly, and like
I
that
mean,
and the way that ended.
I think it's a very clear winner in the show thus far. That's all I'm saying.
People are asking about the vampire thing now. I'm like, okay, where's my screenshot at? What day was last Thursday morning? What was the day of the?
What do you mean, like
What day?
date?
March. That was the date.
Oh, 27. I guess
27th?
not.
Well, yeah, it was the 27th.
Was
right?
it? Was it? Yeah,
I think it was the 27th.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, it's so funny. I'm looking. I can just know at 1:32 in the morning. That's definitely a screenshot of Fael at night as Blade. That was a good one. I'm trying to like look at these now. Let's see who Vampire Fael glistens in the sunlight. That was good. So you guys are going to help me pick the winner here. Okay.
Oh, we're doing it right now. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why? I mean, you always tell me it takes me forever to like pick like swag winners, or is it sending
No,
in
but
swag?
no, that's not the picking the swag winners isn't hard. That's not the problem here.
Shush. Okay, so I only caught like screenshots during the episode. The one this is only going to go for the people that I saw screenshots of, and I haven't had time to go back. So, so these are the ones I caught, and so you two are going to help me pick like best comment as we were going here. And this is all I got, everybody. So, Rain said Fael glows in the dark and can read minds. Okay. Light Blinded Fool said, looks like Fael is trying to draw blood from Perrin's neck. Vampire confirmed. Tiara said, vampire Fael glistens in the moonlight. Let's see. The next ones are... People are going to be like, you didn't find mine. I know. Brian the Gleeman said, Fael with two fangs, knives. Vampire confirmed. Let's see. Blade. Everyone's like, a lot of people use blades, talons. Light Blinded Fool said Fael moving at super fast speed. Definitely a vampire. Let's see. That's all the ones that I see here, guys. I didn't like get screenshots of everything.
I mean, someone must have said that like Mandar means blade, right? Someone must have pointed that out.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Blade was one of them. That was they didn't connect it to Mandar. They said Fael at night as Blade.
I know, but
so yeah.
I know.
Did any of those kind of like those are like a natural winner there?
I did like the scene that I liked a lot was the Fael putting a knife to Perrin's neck. I thought that was a cool scene where like it seemed like she was like I'm doing this, like I know what I'm doing, and so that was just like a good scene. So yeah,
Well, there was the one that about Fael wanting to like draw blood from Perrin's neck. So maybe that one.
yeah, that's
Okay, so that was Light Blinded Fool. Do you like that one the best? The drawing blood from the neck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean that's
for now. I'll say
hallmark
Light
of
Blinded,
vampires. Yeah.
Light Blinded Fool. I'm gonna try to go back here, not while we're live, and see if I missed some obvious ones because I only took screenshots when I saw people make comments, but it was like during a live stream. So, Light Blinded Fool is at the moment winning. With his nicked the neck, drawing blood in order like being a vampire. So I've never seen Fael and a vampire in the same room. Good point. So okay, did you pull anything from that scene, Rebecca, between Perrin and Fael? Was there anything else that stood out to you?
Well, I guess the only other thing that kind of, stood out to me just was kind of like a bit of a book connection, which is that he seems to be like healing from his injury, right? Which is there's scenes that I remember between the two of them. You know, it's similar. Um, I mean, it's really different, but it just reminded me of scenes in the book when he's healing from what he had an arrow in him in the book, and she's she's with him as he's sort of recovering.
Yeah, I think they like incorporated that one, and
Yeah.
there is something someone pointed this out that I didn't notice last time. Did Perrin not bring a weapon with him to the camp? Like you're shaking your head. No, somebody mentioned this, that he did not have a weapon with him.
Yeah.
And so this this is what I'm curious. Like I wanted to have this conversation about Perrin, which is it seems like they're like him not having a weapon going there feels in line with kind of like some of the struggle that they've really highlighted, you know, from season 1. But that one shocked me, and I was like, oh yeah, and I went back and watched it, and I didn't see it. So like, do either of you, and those of you watching in chat, like, what do you think that they're really like? So we saw him go out with like Uno and everybody, right? And he was out there kind of taking part in their war, right? Looking for and fighting, it looks like, right? And kind of like basically going from I won't do violence to I'm going to do violence. And then we get to the end where he kills Geoffrey Bornhold.
Yeah.
So do you think that his reflection of going to the White Cloak camp without a weapon is somehow reflecting kind of his intent of like, I'm not going to kill anyone again? Like, is that where is that why we see him at the table? Kind of like, I'm going home because what I experienced there was too much. I can't do that again. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I want to throw that out to you.
Yeah. I mean, it could even be like, you know, he specifically is maybe trying at this point to draw some distinctions, right? Like there might have been a time where he's toying with, you know, could I follow the way of the leaf and not do any violence? And maybe now he's at this point of like, well, can I at least put some limits on it? Like maybe I don't want to kill any more White Cloaks, you know, or I don't want to kill anyone who's not like a dark friend. I don't want to kill anyone that's not Shadow Spawn. I don't know. I mean, he's not talking about that out loud, so it's all speculation, but it seems like he maybe would have some lines he's trying not to cross.
Yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like, you know, like he I think this is more of a rescue mission. He wanted to rescue the girls and he didn't really want to fight.
Right.
And maybe to some extent, if he was able to not rescue them, he was going to surrender. So maybe he like that's part of what he wanted to do. So maybe if he hadn't seen Natty Cawthon, he would have surrendered.
Okay.
And that was kind of like what he was maybe going for. And not like he didn't want. He's like, if it comes to fighting, I'm gonna just surrender. But then he was like, well, not after Natty Cawthon.
He keeps being horrified by things that like the White Cloaks are doing, right? Like,
right, exactly. Like, yeah.
Right. He thinks Dane's a good guy, and then he sees what happens to Natty, and he's horrified by that. So yeah, then he's gonna like
the wolves, right? He sees the wolves, right?
The wolves,
exactly. Yeah,
wolf heads. Yes.
Like so, he's convinced. Like, there's no like, I can't just give up.
I'm gonna say, who knows what to say? By the way, to women best. Who knows what to say to women best? Perrin wins out with 55% of you.
Clear.
So, yeah,
winner.
Do you think, you know, was Perrin planning on giving himself up if they had found Natty Cawthon alive?
Here's the other thing: is like the things he's seeing in this White Coat camp are maybe starting to give him a little bit of justification for killing Geoffrey Bornhold, because maybe he feels a little like, oh, did I do the wrong thing? Did I act out of like just rage? But now that he sees like what these other White Cloaks are doing, maybe it's like justifying him a little bit, like, no, that maybe he had it coming.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this comment, and I think this is an interesting thing to add to the conversation of what you just said. Wushu said, and yet he dreams of making an axe at the end of the episode. And I was like, oh, that's right. Let's, you know, the focus of that moment for me was Hopper. You know, like I didn't dissect that moment. Oh, this is a sad moment right here, right? I didn't dissect this moment of where she goes next. Oh man, Juliet right there.
This is even like in Matt's dream.
Perrin's making weapons in Matt's dream. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
No, but yeah, you have this moment, and right, she's like, he's making an axe right here.
Yeah.
To chop wood is to chop wood.
But I mean, again, like, and there's Hopper, and Hopper is the one that he was defending, right? That he was basically, you have Hopper there and the axe, and then Fail, right? And Fail, is she pouring water in? Is it the tempering barrel?
Yes.
Right. So
he goes
Fail
and tempers
has
it right now. Yeah.
Fail has kind of like, are they suggesting to us like, yeah, so Fail's going to temper the kind of up and down, like he either goes like, no, I'm not doing anything, or I am going to just go full wolf. And
Berserk.
maybe Fail, they're suggesting that Fail is, tempering that aspect of his, or that relationship will be the thing that helps kind of balance his, because she does challenge kind of some of his notions, like, because he talks about giving himself up.
Yeah.
Right. And she's like, well, doesn't she like say something like that's not a plan or something like that? I don't know. So yeah, I kind of wonder if there's like a connection there, because this is the one story that I don't, and maybe I just haven't dissected it. I haven't gone back and looked at the arc that they've tried to create for Perrin in all of the kind of last seasons to where he's at today. But yeah, I like the idea, like he went to go give himself up, so they can't claim that he was there to hurt them. So he was trying to be like clean about it. Like, although I think he would have taken them, but he found them. I think he would have left. But it was like, I'm ready to kind of give myself up. He saw the wolves and Natty, and then it was over. Right. And he told him, like, I thought you were a good person, and I was going to give myself up. And now, now he's like, well, this is, the White Cloaks are not, I can't give myself up to them now. I have to defend them. So now he's back to like, it's like, how much peace, how much violence, how do you make those choices, still seems to be up in the air for him. So anyways, that was a good point out on the axe thing. I didn't even think about that. Gypsy Fox said Matt's hair was awful in the dream. Hey, it was just slicked back. His mom was visiting.
Straight hair.
His mom was visiting him, and he was trying to like put his best foot forward. Amanda said a mixture of both happened in the book. So yeah, this one's going to be like interesting. Like, what are they going to do with Perrin's choice here? And is this like the choice he's making now, or is this still kind of in flux? Are we going to still see Perrin, like still wondering what his decisions are, through this? 72% of you so far in the last 3 minutes was Perrin planning on giving himself up to free the coffin. 72% of you said yes. So.
I mean, if you're talking about like the arc that's been, set up for Perrin over the past few seasons, like, it does seem like it's like, toying with the way of the leaf, and maybe, the end of this, or not, this part of the arc is, accepting that he is going to do some violence, and, he's going to have to decide when, but he's not going to, he may be accepting that he can't just fully go way of the leaf.
Oh, interesting. So if we think of acceptance as a theme, so you have, this is that kind of like bringing back Nynaeve and her acceptance, right, of some, like, the sea folk, sailmistress brought this up of like, they both are struggling. One's just like letting the path take that person and not making a choice, right? So I kind of wonder if we'll see acceptance as thematically connecting, like you think about Rand, right? Rand going into the columns in Meridian, accepting, like who he is, where he came from. Egwene finally kind of connecting with like her purpose. And anyways, I'm like wondering
Matt maybe has to accept that those memories are now part of him, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Like, where are they going to have each of them on their own kind of? But I'm trying to remember. I asked Rafe at the fan screening about themes. Now I want to go back and I want to remind myself what they said some of the themes were.
I think he talked about submission.
What's that?
Control versus submission. I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Which is very Nynaeve, and
Oh, because he said control and submission, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he said submission. I'm pretty sure he said control too. Yeah.
Control, submission versus control. Rafe said that, and submission is there's an acceptance aspect of that. not submission in the sense of like giving up,
Giving
but
up, right, yeah.
acceptance. In a way, I would connect that. Yeah, that's
Not fighting the pattern as much.
yeah. Or knowing or choosing when is the right, like being purposeful about the choice of that. Are there other things out there? I don't want to keep everyone. We have a live stream just as a reminder. We are back tonight in 4.5 hours, right? 3.5, 4.5. No, 3.5 hours, everyone.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to be live in 3.5 hours, getting ready for the show that premieres episode 6 in 4.5 hours. Make sure, again, you drop the link in chat. If you haven't joined in, one of these times, do it. It's fun. We have this week, we have the next week, we have the week after that, and I won't even talk about the week after that. I'm just going to say, we definitely have these 3 weeks. We don't need to talk about what happens after the 3 weeks, right? But yeah, like, come join us for one of these these next 3 episodes. Those will be fun. I like how, Rebecca, you're like, no.
I mean, I can't be doing that, but
I understand.
It sounds fun. It does.
I understand. Like we always talk about this, like when it was like 8 p.m. Eastern when they dropped these.
Yeah.
Oh man, like
yeah,
it was like prime time TV.
Those are the days.
Everybody was just up that we know in the U.S. I know this, but at least there was like a large contingent of fans that could watch it in prime time evening television. Because even like our European friends, they're watching it like in the early morning before.
Yeah,
work,
it's like middle of the day. Yeah, early morning or whatever. Yeah, it's weird time.
It's like commuting to work.
A lot of
like
the
time, right? Yeah.
2 days. I stayed up once for the live episode and crashed so hard at work the next day. I know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I got to work.
I totally get it. Are there other things out there? Sometimes we like to go through some things that like the actors and the cast and stuff dropped before we let people go. Innkeeper, was there anything else you think is worth mentioning, or you just want to kind of follow up in 3.5 hours and kind of cover some of those things later?
I mean, I don't know. Shaq was in the chat.
Oh my gosh. That was wild. That was the funny thing. I remember like seeing it and like somebody has a Shaq channel. That's crazy. That was so cool that her husband was in the chat and used Shaq's. Like that was wild.
I like how Matt's like, it can't be Shaq. We're like not even considering.
No.
It's actually Shaq. No. There's like not even like. You want to pull that? Do you want to pull?
Yes.
Was it actually?
Shaq is a Wheel of Time fan confirmed.
I want to show this one. Ben said, sorry I didn't get this one earlier, Ben. You ever think about the fact that Lan doesn't really fear land fear? Yeah, that's a good observation. I like that. Okay, we'll end this poll. Was Perrin planning on giving himself up to free the Cothans? 74% of you said yes. Now, this one was the Shaq behind the Shaq.
Was the real Shaq channel chatting in the Dusty Wheel chat?
Was the real Shaq in Dusty Wheel chat? Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you're chatting off of the real Shaq's account, you're the real Shaq. Because you're like, you're chatting. If you're chatting for Shaq, you're like, you're chatting for and on behalf of Shaq. So, I mean, I feel like that's pretty
possible that stranger things have happened on the Dusty Wheel than that even. So,
Shaqaint or Onaint? Hold on. Ending the poll. Hold on.
We should know this. We should know by now.
We have to. I know. I'm sorry. It's like
for all eights.
Was the real Shaq?
I mean,
in Dusty Wheel chat, Shaq, and then Shaqaint, right?
Shaq or Shaqaint.
Okay, Shaq or Shaqaint, or Shaq and Onaint, or Shaqaint.
Shaqaint.
Okay,
Shaqaint. Yeah.
There you go. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. We're back. I've stopped so many polls lately. It's so weird. We never usually stop like a Dusty poll, but I'm like, no. We will stop.
That was like a late stop, too.
We'll stop for the ain'ts, is what I'm saying. Like, we ain't stopping. That's kind of... this one was fun. We have to show this one. Did you see this one, Rebecca? Madeline Madden's post?
Yes. That was so cute.
Are we feeling like this was on purpose?
Yes.
Did you feel like this was like this is a nod to fans?
I mean,
Snakes.
100%.
totally, yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Like I didn't.
Okay.
That's her
Like, I
great
didn't even-
serpent ring.
What do you think in chat? Give me thumbs up if you think that was Madeline Madden insinuating snakes and foxes in Wheel of Time.
Oh, so I
season
didn't
3.
think it was that, but okay.
Oh, what did you
But
think it was?
also, great serpent ring.
Oh,
No,
sorry. My
no,
brain is so
no,
snakes and
no.
foxes.
It's
I mean,
snakes and
Snakes
foxes.
and foxes are happening, but I don't think that's what she was doing there.
Okay. I like it. Shakaint was the 14th Forsaken.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Callie said, of course. Brian said, is Shaq in the room with us right now?
Shakaint ain't real. Shakaint.
Oh no, Light Blinded Fool. We definitely believe Tori. Was Tori's husband the one writing it, or was Shaq writing it?
But you have to listen back to what Tori said. Tori said, "Yep, that's actually Shaq."
No, she did not say that.
She said something to that
No,
effect. Maybe,
whatever.
No, okay.
It can be interpreted as that's
okay. This is
his
I've
actual
done
account.
I've done some like not sleuthing, but if you go to that channel, the Shaq channel,
Yeah,
it says the description says something like, "Me and the silliness I do." Like Shaq wrote that.
I agree with Dedsy. It was clearly her husband. Dedsy was like, he was here. Oh my gosh. Snap. Tiara said, calling Rand a cheating snake.
Ooh, that's possible.
Okay. We're going to have to do that poll here next. Remind me, what does this mean? That's right. Madeline Madden posted a snake just 12 hours ago today with episode 6 coming out. This was on Madeline Madden's Instagram, and, doesn't mean anything. The last note I will put is we posted this one. I like doing these. I show these. Oh, you did one too, Innkeeper. That was really cool. These images are just like a blast to make because of the work that the VFX team is doing.
Mm.
And so I just wanted to go through and kind of tell this like story and like stop it on places like this moment. Oh, do you have the other image? Can you send me the image? Let's or do you want to save that one for social media?
What
you want to reveal it on this one? The one we talked about that had to do with this, that we were going to throw up as a comparison earlier today on Discord.
Does
that make sense?
Totally.
do you want me to show it here or no?
No.
Okay, you're gonna save it for that. So I thought that was really cool just seeing the
guys,
the flows coming out of the Chodan Ball here, and then this one, like you can watch if you look really closely. I hadn't seen this before. You see this kind of like it's rolling around her, and I don't know if it's just like what that's supposed to. They're trying to symbolize like what that is in comparison to what's coming out of the Chodan Ball. Is that just like the way the one power is wrapping her around her in that way is kind of like funky. And then this moment right here, I don't know if it's just like lightning or whatever. It's just a cool effect as it flows down into the ground and it just like blows everything up. And then this moment where you can see what they're doing here. And we posted this yesterday or just last night. And then Andy's Grace, VFX supervisor, posted this. This was a cool thing. He posted this on Blue Sky and X. So you can always be on Blue Sky if you don't want to be on X, and Andy posts there too. So he talked about the sequence. Moraine Sarkarnan flex in the Aiel Waste. I love that. How he visualized the whole sequence beginning with these two concept images. And so look at that concept image. Like that's wild.
That looks so cool.
That does look so cool.
Gorgeous.
Like that.
Is this supposed to be like the different flames? Like the different there's not 7.
No, yeah.
So.
Picture a flower bud is like
there you go.
Like channeling, like she's trying to channel.
Maybe, yeah.
How do you
Resulting
channel?
in the final shots from season 3, episode 5, some minor adjustments made from the original concepts. Main challenge was figuring out how to work our way to the fully expanded Sarkarnan power shot as Moraine channels into it. that's such a cool. I loved that
Yeah.
moment of what showing just the power of that. A lot of decisions were made during the post process, building on the stunning footage captured along with the details in the script. As this didn't exist in the books, we had to visualize it all from scratch. Inspiration came from the light painting photos, art installations of wind blowing through the huge sheets of plastic, and the volumetric sculptures of Janet Eichelman. Lastly, the channeling and Sarkarnan behavior was fully realized after discussions I had with Rosamund Pike about her performance movements and her thought process that went into it. A Sarkarnan prop was used on set, containing dozens of LED lights and used in CU shots of Moraine to cast interactive light into her hands and face. It helped to make the glowing Sarkarnan feel more real. The Sarkarnan prop was replaced with CG version in post. And the internal glowing veins were a book description we also conceptualized. Framestore contributed the idea of seeing Moraine's bones silhouette through her. That's such a cool. I didn't capture that one right there. That's awesome. Like, did you guys watch the BTS? I haven't watched all of the. I just watched like the intro to it. So, Innkeeper, maybe it's a good thing to watch tonight.
The BTS.
I'm assuming it's that episode, like where they're talking about episode 5.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, I think I have, but yeah, we definitely we can watch it. Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Let us know if you mean like the episode 5 discussion. If that's like the inside the Wheel of Time. Yeah, really, really cool stuff. That was awesome that he followed up that with posting all about that process. And if you're wondering, yes, we do want to. There's a little conversation publicly that happened there. Let me show that one too. If I can find it. Oh yeah. Right there, here. I was asked by Fallen Blacksmith, what are the chances you could have Andy back in the Dusty Wheel? Episode 5 alone has enough jaw-dropping VFX shots to fill an entire live stream. The doors of the Dusty Wheel are always open to Andy and his team. And he said, we're always happy to return if summoned. So we will summon them, I promise. Probably not until post the season. I think it'll be a lot more fun where they can come and talk about everything that we see. Instead of kind of like bringing them back, and then it's like, oh, we still can't talk about another episode. So, yeah, episode 5 discussion. So, Innkeeper maybe tonight. That's a good topic. It's like 5 minutes long. So,
yeah,
that would be a lot of fun.
Sure.
Let me end this poll here. Was a real Shaq in the Dusty Wheel chat? 56% say Shaq, and 44% say Shaq ain't. So, there you go. Innkeeper, can you throw up a Dusty Wheel swag? Let's do a giveaway and let's let everybody get to bed. Thank you very much, Rebecca, for staying up late with us here. It's been awesome to see you. And I like digging in, going full book spoilers, because it lets us kind of like really talk. We don't do that as often here. We will do that, by the way, for the live watches and for the breakdowns. We start off on the reaction side, staying relatively close to where they're at in the books, but then we go full book spoilers. And tomorrow night at 8 p.m., we will do a little bit up front, and then we'll go full book spoilers for the rest of it. So I hope you'll join us then. Clip of Lanfear and Moraine is on, Amazon Prime. Hold on a second. Can you link that? What do you mean by, did they actually post? Because I don't know if you noticed, but they're not posting the episode yet. In the past, they've shown.
Is there an episode tonight? Is that what you're?
No, I'm saying like before.
No conspiracy theories.
No, but before this was listed.
You're like
this was listed on the Wednesday, and this was listed on the following Wednesday, but they haven't listed it. Do we know what the name of episode 6 is?
Yeah, The Shadow in the Night.
The Shadow in the Night. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just hasn't been listed yet. So I was like curious. I wonder if like the thumbnail image is like spoilery or something. I don't know. I was like, why would they have listed it like they had before? So they said up on Wheel Time Prime. I probably missed that. What was the comment here? Oh, absolutely. Thank you for the full book spoiler chat. Of course, it's a lot of fun just to do that. What is this bed you speak of tonight? That's right. It seems like
I'm gonna try a couple hours.
Are you gonna go to sleep? For
this looks like he could.
I'm totally gonna.
I thought somebody said that Amazon Prime had an image up of Moraine and Lanfear. I don't know.
I mean,
maybe.
And then I'll wake up. Then I'll wake up.
Then you'll wake up.
Oh my Wait, how are you drinking that now if you're gonna go
No. I wake up and then I'll drink.
Oh, okay. I thought you were drinking it now.
No. It's not.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think I'll need it. I think I'll be up and like as soon as you go live, like it'll be fine.
By the way, I should post this before like Tori and Dr. S. Gayest Gamers said on Blue Sky, Shaquille O'Neal coming into the Wheel of Time pre-show. Dusty Wheel to say hello because Tori and Dr. S on. Not what I expected to happen today. Still hours to go until Wheel of Time season 3 episode, and I'm already shocked. Yeah, no, absolutely, pretty awesome moment. People are like, what? Yeah, we don't know. We know that Tori said. We know that Tori said that her husband works for Shaq, right?
No one correct this, please.
No, forever on.
Why are you being logical about this?
Just Shaq forever.
I'm just pointing out.
I mean, like, the person who was running Shaq said, "Sure M."
Sure M.
Sure M.
No,
did you not see that?
That could be like a no. That's like that was like the context of what was happening.
Yeah. Like someone's like that's Shaq and Chad, and the person on Shaq said sure am. I don't know why you're finding it hard to believe.
Because why am I finding it hard to believe that Shaquille O'Neal was in our chat?
So I know what's going to happen now. You're going to go back to the replay, the live chat replay, and just look for all the chat comments.
I'm waiting for people to grab that image with live chat and like make this a thing.
I need to make a 5-minute video of like why it was Shaq in the Dusty Wheel chat. I mean, Rosamund Pike called into the Dusty Wheel. Like, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Crazier things have happened.
Like what are you talking about?
Glittering Steve said he logged on to watch his employee's wife do a stream. That bodes well. Exactly.
Right, that's a very normal thing for.
That is, I mean, it's not. Yeah, I would say, but like Shaq's
Andrel Sedai. Look at Andrel.
Which one? What did Angel say?
Andrel
Let
Sedai.
Shaq chat.
Let Shaq chat.
Matt won't believe until Shaq actually live streams with us.
All right, I'm gonna reach out to Shaq, see if he wants to come to WatCon, and we'll just sort it out there. Okay?
Wait until Shaq shouts you out on ESPN. Oh gosh, you guys are killing me. Oh my gosh. Shaq was here. Fail's a vampire, and the Chosen win. Don't ask questions.
One of these is true.
I don't have the. I don't think Shaq's still here. Everybody.
No, I checked.
How you guys are.
I've been checking this whole time. He was there for a little while and then he left.
What are you guys going to be like at 3:00 in the morning if this is?
It gets punch drunk. Then it's pretty good.
It's already there. That's what I'm saying.
I know. Okay, pick us a winner, sir, so we can go to bed.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah, what's going on here? Who's running this stream?
I should like totally open the here. Shaq's not here. You said right?
You could check again, but when I last looked,
he probably left.
Yes.
Well, if I can still see it, but does their name disappear from chat?
If they're not there, yes, I think so.
What do you? Yeah,
they've logged out.
Well,
you can search for them. I don't know if you know how to do that.
Like search just at them or something.
Yeah,
else?
I mean, if, you shouldn't be able to at someone if they're not in the chat.
Oh no, I no. There's a different way.
Oh okay. There's a different way. You can look. Shaq didn't want his book spoilers. If you looked and he was here, I would say give us a call. I don't have the call line.
He's not here right. He's not here right now. He's not here right
okay,
now.
so not here, so it can't happen, everybody.
All right, so you can't do the giveaway to Shaq. Sorry.
Oh, the who won? I picked.
Did you? Oh, we're like so.
Congrats,
Joel McQueen won. Is that right? Oh wait, no, Lucinda Harrison. Why did somebody say congratulations, Joel McQueen? Oh, he won chat. Lucinda Harrison won. Congratulations, Lucinda. Just reach out to us on Discord. Link is in the description. Reach out to Innkeeper. And yes, I promise I'm going to get all these swag things sent out. It's just that we're like in the middle of the season and we are constantly scheduling and running live streams and have lives. So like this has been an insane couple months. Pretty much since late January, it's been crazy. But yes, Lucinda, please reach out. We just need to get your name and email address, and we will get you that swag here soon.
Did you see Lucinda's?
No, what did Lucinda say? What did Lucinda say?
You have to put it up. It's right there.
Where is it at? Oh,
it's right there. It's above.
Hold on. There's too much chat going on. I can't find it. Oh. OMG, been trying for literal years.
No. The one
Where?
after that. The one after that. You don't
Where
see
is it? Hold on.
Too bad. The one that
Oh,
says
too bad, Shaq.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
This is funny because the people who are here right now will forever mention Shaq being in chat,
And everybody
people will
else
be there and be like, "What is this about?"
What?
This is like if you were here with Shaq.
No, what's gonna actually happen is I'll be like,
This
when are you having Tori and Dr. X?
Dusty Wheel lore.
which is like we really want them back, but we really kind of want to know if Shaq would show up too.
Shaq today, tomorrow the world. Shaq will take on Gawain and Galad 2-on-1. High hopes dashed, just like Egwene at the end of the last episode.
That's good.
Fudge. Vampire Shaq confirmed. That's good.
All right.
Oh gosh. Okay. Woo. I don't want to end the stream because you guys are hilarious. Okay. Thank you very much, Rebecca, for being here. Everybody, please
Thank you,
go
guys.
follow Reading the Pattern. I've seen you did put out a video. Like
I have a video out for
you do have a video
season
out
3
there.
so far, and then I have to
That's
catch
good.
up. But I keep getting the flu, so it's a bit of a problem.
No,
Anyway.
trust me. Like all the time. Like I was gonna make a Landfear video, that never happened. Like Innkeeper was like, "I'll believe it when I see it." Well, probably he knows exactly what's going on behind the scenes of just like the insanity of trying to get through the season. Like, we did get a chance to speak to Kai Alexander, so when we get that out, we'll post that. We did. That's an interesting one. We do technically have that. We just haven't gone through the footage yet. So,
I mean, we have a few.
maybe
that we
tomorrow
haven't-
night.
right?
What's that?
We have a few that we.
Yeah, we could go through. Oh, tomorrow night that'd be fun to go through some of the ones we haven't released.
Shora,
Thomas Napper,
Luke Featherston.
Luke Featherson. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and,
tomorrow night, expect
Kai.
us to do some of that too. Like watching some of those videos.
I'm glad you gave yourself some like homework that you'd like have
Yeah,
to
you
do.
guys don't have
We're gonna
enough
do
to
some. I said some. I'm not committing to like. I'll show you some clips. Yeah, you're right. Why am I doing that? Unwrapping the pattern. Said,
No.
just got here. Did I miss a Shaq attack? Well, Lanfear was going to make
You had to be there.
You had to, exactly. What, Lauren? We're just finishing, and Shaq was here, and we discovered that Fail's a vampire. The stuff you didn't know. Okay, see you tonight, everybody. Thank you very much, Rebecca, for being here. And yes, come back here in 3 hours. We'll be doing our pre-show, that live watch, and after show. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what episode 6 brings. It looks like it's going to be some interesting stuff in Tanchico. Hopefully some fun Two Rivers stuff. I'm hoping they go everywhere and give us a lot of what's happening. I'd love for another hour and 10-minute episode, right? Let's hope for a long episode tonight. Rebecca, thank you, everybody. And as we say around here, good night from the Dusty Wheel. And smash to black. Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. You went right to kill it. Look at you. You're all ready. You're just done. I mean, this is like this is
really well.
Scenes.
And now I'm like, great, my turn.
And if you don't like that, you want to say, well, Robert Jordan could have made the Two Rivers all white. He could have, but he didn't. So,
Just complimented me on my dress, and as you can clearly see, I'm not wearing one.
I see Lukumi as something along the lines of a Shida Haran analog.
It does make sense why it outlasted the breaking.
Yeah.
See, this is why I have Therese in the show, because she's going to correct everything that
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dusty Wheel Show. What? Meme Off Challenge. Yay!
Pair of like baby face mounted on like a huge body. So like all
This
of
is
a
not
sudden,
just
it's like,
a
wow.
traditional fantasy, right? There are sci-fi
And
elements.
just a
for
moment
those that are
ago,
kind of
Rafe tweeted something. So let me get my guest in here with me. And
probably, I would say, put in 70-80% of the work. I got to be over the shoulder and be like, no,